I'm traveling from
I get to play it tomorrow,
and I come back Sunday.
I
should say Sunday. I can play it. Sunday I can play it.
Yeah, I get to play it tomorrow.
Oh man, I'm staying off Twitter.
Yeah, but I'm not putting anything on.
I mean, why? I mean, it'll be no different. It will be no difference. The only difference is that you got Can you hear me?
Yeah, I get
it. The only difference is that everybody's gonna be showing off their screenshots and unboxings, but people have been doing that for the past week with these reviews.
Wait till you see my collector's edition. People are gonna flip they're gonna flip a lid, dude. I didn't get the collector's
Which collector's edition you got? The one at GameStop?
Dude, GameStop effed me up. Yes, they freaking put the one in there for $110. I'm pissed. I'm so pissed.
Well, the one that comes with the statue?
No, not the one with the statue. It's like
he wanted
the cup.
He got the one with the stick.
It got like a cup, a thermos, a backpack.
You could have bought that at GameStop all week. Like they had a little.
I was like, "What the fuck, man?" Yes, I was pissed. I'm like, really? They just threw some shit together and gave me the game.
It sound like y'all got fucking finesse, dude.
Frog, I'm gonna tell you. Wait.
No,
Frog,
I haven't.
They had that Spider-Man shit like on the shelves, like they just like ran some random shit and threw it in a
exactly.
You know, Best Buy went back in stock with the
Spider-Man Pro, right?
The Spider-Man Pro,
Really?
Yeah.
It's back in stock. You can pre-order it right now. It's live.
Yeah, well, I already got my Pro paid off, but it's not mine. I'm giving it to my friend.
I ain't gonna lie.
I thought about getting one for my son. Is it?
Yeah. That's how you're selling it to yourself, Jez.
Well, here it is. He loves Spider-Man.
Shit, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a sucker for them consoles.
I'm gonna pick it up, and they don't have a sticker. I know they're not gonna have a sticker on.
Nah, Frog, it's sold out on Best Buy. Stop spreading fake news. All right, Merc. Merc spreading fake news. That's twice.
It was up there. In fact, I didn't check right now, but it was this morning. Though.
Twice, Merc. You got me twice.
So now that we're
not online.
We're live.
Yeah, we've been live for about a couple minutes now.
Oh shit!
I said that we were going live, but nobody really kind of reacted. Welcome to episode 58. Sorry for there's like no subtitles because I had no idea what the hell we were talking about. This was actually I was about 5 minutes from canceling tonight's show. Wait, who's that? Oh
no, I said no.
Yeah, but we're here in the flesh. You got a couple things to talk about. Sure, there's probably going to be a lot of Spider-Man talk, some Call of Duty talk, some Battlefield talk, some cross-play talk. I can't think of anything else that happened this week that's been going down. I know a lot of people are coming for my head because they're bitch-made and emotional and in your fucking feelings, but I don't care. I'm going to have the last laugh as always. But how's everybody doing tonight? I'm trying not to make this too long. We won't go until like 11 or anything like that. We're gonna have a show.
Yeah, no, I gotta play some games.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I'm gonna try to get into this fucking Battlefield shit. But we were talking to you guys were talking about like your Spider-Man pre-orders. You know, the embargoes are up. Digital Foundry came through. A lot of people are rejoicing and praising and trying to hand out as much L's as possible. I'm going to try to get all you guys' thoughts on this. I don't understand. A lot of people have handed me L's, but I still don't understand how I'm supposed to eat an L when nothing I've said or criticized has ever been like debunked. So, this is my message to all you, butt munches on Twitter, picking your nose, scratching your ass, refreshing your Twitter and your YouTube pages, hoping to get justified. I still stand by what the fuck I said in my video. Spider-Man's E3 that part of their trailer of the whole Puddlegate shit to me looks better than the one at retail copy. Digital Foundry says, sure, there was no downgrade, but they have admitted that the E3 2017, that part does look better than the retail. So I'm still trying to figure out where my L came from because I've only ever really commented on that screen. Even my 9-minute video was solely on that side-by-side. Nothing else. Never commented on the whole stature of the game or whatever. Never said the game looks bad or it's going to be garbage or anything like that. I even still said the game looks good. But like I said this also, If you had not saw E3 2017 trailer, you just got the retail version of everything, nobody would be saying nothing. There would be no complaints, no nothing. And now you got these idiots who are now telling me, because I said on Twitter, I still prefer E3 2017 version. Oh, you like plasticky textures? Oh, you like plastic? Where the fuck was you at with that logic last year when I told you the game? It's like nobody said it looks like plastic last year. I'm talking about of these bitch-made dudes that are on Twitter like going at me. You're telling me I like plastic textures, but you were not calling those textures plastic last year. Why now it's plastic because you needed Digital Foundry to tell you, you blind motherfuckers, huh? You needed Digital Foundry to tell you that it looked like plastic for you to claim it plastic. Oh, now it looks like shit, huh? Does it? Oh, yeah. You guys crack me up. You are fucking stupid. You're sheep. Your hands need to be held. People need to show you what things look like. You guys were praising that motherfucking game. June 2017. PlayStation fanboys was down Xbots throat. We got Spider-Man. That game looks good. Anything better than on Xbox. It looks shits on any Xbox One X enhanced game. Spider-Man is the best. It looks so awesome. No, none of you fuck munches said anything about plastic textures. Now that Digital Foundry, your game got an upgrade. You see in this shot here, the textures look plasticky, like his suit was made of plastic, and I prefer the cloth-like material in the suit. It looks more realistic. Oh, now you motherfuckers are geniuses. If you like plastic textures, well, guess what? Last week, you weren't calling it plastic textures, huh? No, you just said, there's no downgrade. The puddle's still there. That's how you guys reacted. So that is my rant to you motherfuckers, because you guys are retarded. You're sheep. You're exposed. And I condemn all of you motherfuckers because you guys are idiotic. So stop tweeting me. Stop trying to tweet me L's and pictures, whatever. We are all going to be playing the same game. We're all going to be enjoying the game. It's not going to change anything from start to finish. When I unbox the motherfucker, nothing's going to change. When I start the game, finish the game is going to be great. I know it is. I'll tell you it's amazing, but it will not change what I said in the video where I'm commenting on those screenshots. Okay? You got it? Huh? All right, then. Thought so. Let's get on with the motherfucking show. What's up?
Well, then.
All right. Sorry.
All right.
There it is.
Okay.
So I guess that was our Spider-Man talk. I guess.
Feel free to chime in. I mean, I rest my case. I have nothing else to say.
Look, I mean, it's pretty clear. I don't think anybody's hoping that the game is getting downgraded or there was going to be a bad game. I mean, if somebody's hoping for that to be the case, I mean, they're absolutely stupid. If someone actually wants that to be the case, I don't know anybody that wants a game to be bad willingly. You want it to be bad. Right, I'm hoping that the game is great, which by all accounts, what's it sitting at Metacritic right now? The last time I checked, it was like 87,
88, 87, something.
Yeah, 88, 87. Yeah, it's at 87. I'm looking at it right now.
I predicted a 92, but
I predicted 89.
I took the L on that one.
That's
the real L I took. Nobody wants to tell me that L, but
so look, by all accounts, it still looks great. Sure, all right. Digital Foundry confirmed that some parts of the game were upgraded. The scene in particular that people are running with on social media, myself included. Yeah. Obviously Digital Foundry did come out and say that particular part was downgraded. But look, man, I mean, at the end of the day, everybody's looking to have a good game to play, man. And it seems like that's what we're getting with this Spider-Man.
Yeah, I just think it's really hard to compare, like, when the game is only playable, like, on that thing. Like, it's really hard to be like, it's the best place you're going to play it. And that's what I was saying. And my thing was that, like, it's the only, like, you're going to play it on the PlayStation, like on the Pro, that's the best place. There's no other better version out there. Like, so whatever was shown, whatever was done, like, it wasn't a super, like, hey, this is not in the game anymore, or this is not in it. Like, it's just like, it's the best version there. And that's the power of having an exclusive. Like, it's just, that's it. Like, there's nothing to compare it against. Like, it's compared against itself, And, and they've been doing, man, I was going back, remembering E3 demos back at Halo 2, like New Mimosa, like that wasn't even in the game. Like, they built that demo just for Halo 2 for E3. New Mimosa was never in the game. And then what about the crazy Killzone 2? when the PlayStation 3 was announced, and the Killzone 2 was like, no, that's in game, man. That's and it was CGI. Remember, it was CGI, and then they were comparing it from Killzone 2 in gameplay when it released via the CGI. But Sony was like,
that Killzone 2. I gonna lie, in that E3, that Killzone 2 had my feelings hurt because I was like super hyped.
I know,
I'm like, yo, that shit is crazy. It didn't. But I quickly learned. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
But they were so legit. Like that was gameplay, and they were just you're like, yo, they waited, and the power of the PlayStation 3. Holy crap, it's gonna kill the 360, and the cell process, it's real, and they held on to that CGI, and then it wasn't until years later where they said it was just CGI, and when the Killzone 2 released, it was just matched it up. But they've been doing E3 things like this for like crazy, so it is what it is. I think they even said in Digital Foundry too, like when they show a segment of the game, they turn off all the parts of the game. Well, I think Rand might have said it. They make that scene look the best it could possibly be. And then when they actually do it within the game, they turn on all the other stuff. Like you don't need traffic going on when you just show in the rooftop, like in that specific demo, where the cameras are going to be. But anyway, it's going to be awesome. I'm getting the special edition with the statue because my son loves Spider-Man, and it's going to be so cool. So I'm pretty hyped for it. But I'm amazed too. At Digital Foundry just went right into that because no other media was picking up any of that thing with the real screenshots or anything going on with that. And Digital Foundry just grabbed it and just like really broke it down. Which
because Richard Lebreder follows Kid Smooth on Twitter, man.
Yeah. Well, Kofi. It was Kofi. Oh. That's right, Just Cats. I remember that. Man. Anyway,
my only thought is, and I think the main thing was the reason it got so much traction because the word downgrade, and it's kind of still being used. The word downgrade is not the right word we should use, and it's an optimization, and that's the bottom line. People keep saying the word downgrade. So when you say something is downgraded, like what we saw, like for instance, like with Watch Dogs 1 to when the game came out, that was definitely a big difference, when they came out in Digital Foundry, they never used the word downgrade. They said it was optimized different. It was artistic direction, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of people ran with the word downgrade, and it means something totally different. It wasn't like, we saw something that was such a drastic difference. And I guess, a lot of people focused on the picture, and I just say, I'd rather see video in my hand and see what it looks like, because when and this is just me, when I watched the Digital Foundry video and I watched that first intro when they were talking about it, and I saw that helicopter caught in the web, the final game looks so much better than the E3 presentation. Like it was a huge difference.
It's also a higher resolution too than the E3 presentation.
Yeah, everything looked better in the final game versus so it definitely, in Digital Foundry even said upgrade. And they used the word upgrade because they said everything looks better in the final game. So I'm just of the mind that we kind of wait and see what's going to happen and let the guys that do their job. This is their technical job. This is what they do. Let them sort it out, because they're going to do the same thing with Tomb Raider, because Tomb Raider is having a lot of issues. Battlefield 5 is having a lot of issues. They're going to do the same thing with all these games when they come out. So we just got to wait and see. And so this way, nobody takes any losses anywhere. We just kind of say, okay, look, this is what it is. But I think the Spider-Man, especially for certain communities, it became a thing that was like, okay, well, there's Spider-Man coming out for PlayStation, and like there's Forza coming out for Xbox, and then Switch has Smash Brothers. So those are the big exclusive titles coming out this holiday. All eyes are on these titles. Let's just be, truthful.
Well, Spider-Man also brings in a lot more, a bigger market too. Like everybody. Spider-Man, of course. Too. Like, and it's good. And it hasn't been a Spider-Man. Yeah, and it hasn't been a Spider-Man game in a long time. And to have
it's been 2 years. Sorry, it's been like 2-3 years.
Oh yeah. Well, you mean like the Shattered Dimension stuff? Like
no. The one that came out for 360 and PS4.
The amazing one. Oh, the Amazing Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So. Yeah, I just think the word downgrade was just like.
I'm looking forward to playing the game. That's all I know. I'm looking forward to playing
you get the best and only version on Friday. Like there's no other place to play it better. Like that's it.
Lucky you guys that do. I'll be traveling. I won't be able to play it till Sunday night or Monday.
I want to give a shout out to this guy on Twitter named Pharaoh Ahad 3, whatever, some retard. He says he tweets me, says,
can we all admit that Kid Smooth is the worst fanboy in the community? Or are we going to keep putting him in podcasts and pretending that he even has a slight unbiased opinion? How about you list top 3 worst things the PS community has ever done while I make a top 200?
My question is, how did he like get unbiased out of me. Like I've never pretended to be unbiased. Motherfucker, I call myself the best bot. How do you get unbiased out of the best bot? My default pick on Twitter used to be me dating an Xbox with spaghetti. How do you get unbiased out of that? Where do you do? You're a fool. You're a fool. Like, please unfollow me. I will block you, but that would be petty of me. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, it is what it is, man.
It is what it is, man.
I mean, everybody's going to see a game for the way it was. I mean, like that, it's the same with, any game we see. There's some games that just look worse at launch, or some of the pictures we see and we're like, wait, this is not what you showed. I mean, look back, it's kind of like nobody really said much to the fact of, like, for instance, I'll give an Xbox game, for example, and not downplaying the game, but it's just an example. Like when State of Decay 2, when they first showed it, and then we saw screenshots and saw what it looked like gameplay, I was like, this looked nothing like when you first showed me it. It looked totally different. But they had to optimize that game to really run everywhere. So I understand it's not the best scenario, but I guess this is not a Watch Dogs 1 scenario, and I think some people
feel
like that. Yeah, it's not a Watch Dogs.
Well, hell, you know what? Quantum Break, the movie that they showed wasn't even part of Quantum Break when they showed that movie. They did show the truck getting, like, the boat hitting the bridge, though. That was in the game. Yeah. But yeah, there's like a lot of things where this stuff's just not, like, they just do it for ED3 emos, for pop and circumstance, for the show.
And I guess on that note, we can go into the subjects of optimization. We're just going to talk about the first game.
Let's go right to
Battlefield 5. Battlefield 5 beta.
Oh, goodness, beta.
And I think everybody here has played it except for Smooth. He hasn't had a chance yet. But let's just jump into Battlefield 5 beta. What we feel about it, how we feel.
EA, please do not ruin this game.
All right, I think Merc should go first since
I let Merc go first.
He was
played it on PC,
dipping, right? He was.
I was triple dipping, and it's looking like I'm tipping my toe right now.
On every game, Joe.
No, but Battlefield was one of his triple dips.
Yeah, it was gonna be all right. So I'm playing it through Origin Access Premier on PC. Mm-hmm. So I got a chance to play like the early beta, and okay. The game, I'm starting to really believe that this game was delayed, not because so much of Red Dead, or maybe that does factor into it, but the core issues that the game does have, how unbalanced like the game is. The game does play better in some regards as far as like the gun mechanics, but I think the time to kill is like too short. Just the bugs that I ran into the game. I'm starting to think that they moved the game, because if they released the game in the state that it's in right now, it would get buried by Red Dead and Blackout.
Merc.
Yeah.
Could I chime in?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Dying is not a bug.
No, yeah, but the time to kill is substantially lower. Look, example, another problem.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Showed up off of Destiny? I'm fucking surprised.
He did.
I had to come in here and make a statement real quick, okay? I'm listening to the podcast. Look, about the whole... No, we're going back to the Spider-Man subject. I'm just making this and I'm leaving.
Oh, my gosh. Why?
No, but see, here's the thing. Like, you guys keep mentioning this, like, oh, this isn't a downgrade. This isn't a downgrade. You're acting like it's just that cutscene. They showed us, and now wouldn't it be fair, Merc, to assume because they showed us this cutscene that the rest of the game would look like this?
Man, that's hard.
If you put it to that perspective, that the whole game's going to look like the one cutscene they showed us, then that means everything would look like that. And if you would literally, if someone would go and get a computer that could run this game how they presented it at E3 and made the entire game look like that, and did videos and shit showing you that perspective of what they showed us at E3, everyone would definitely be calling this game a downgrade. It's not the fact that the whole game's a downgrade. You saw the digital Foundry. The majority of the game is an upgrade from what they showed, but the high definition video that they showed to present this game was definitely a downgrade.
Only thing I went off of, and I can.
But what do you call about the higher resolution, though?
Yeah,
and the final build over the demo.
The final build had a higher resolution, but for me,
that's because resolution is one of the last things developers.
No, that's not a downgrade, though. 1440p going up to whatever the hell 24.
Oh my God, we're not talking about that. See, look, you're sharing.
No, I'm saying the video that they showed at E3 was a lower resolution than the final game, and you're saying the whole game's downgraded.
But I don't think anybody was arguing the resolution.
No, everybody went up to downgrade.
No one has ever said this entire game is downgraded. We've always said, depending on what we see, from that one picture.
Photo.
Yeah, it was a picture. It was a photo. It wasn't a video. That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
No one has ever said
everybody been on
going to look bad. No one's actually even really said negative things about Spider-Man.
No, but everybody took that one photo when they're side by side and it said downgrade.
But here's the thing, though. You show us the most eye candy thing you can at E3. Sure, even that video, he said in that video, oh yeah, it was definitely, that picture was down. He didn't say downgrade.
No, he didn't. But no,
he definitely said
he preferred how it looked the first time.
It looked a lot better, and people were sitting there saying, "Oh, preference. What the fuck you mean preference?"
No, I don't think. I prefer how it looked the first time too, but. Well, obviously, the game looks better than it at launch than it does with E3.
Easy to say that this game is this because it's just from one cutscene because they did that one scene that way to show the game off.
But that's
if the entire game looked like what that one cutscene was, because that's what let's be real, that is when you show a product at E3 like that, you are low-key marketing the game looking like that. Is that not the whole point?
But that's why I said everybody should just kind of wait for the final product.
Every game now, like let's take a screenshot from E3 and a screenshot.
That's their fault for showing us a product that wasn't going to be that product.
I mean, I'll be
what are they doing all the other games at E3? I just
that's the
like
case. All the developers are guilty because they all do it.
But see, here's the thing: because it's Spider-Man, no one wants to say anything.
No, because I said I'll tell you like this: when I got The Witcher, I think The Witcher was definitely optimized different.
Witcher was downgraded too.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was downgraded. It was a big
if you compare comparisons, almost every game that's ever came out has always had some sort of downgrade. And that's just even when.
But I guess the problem is this game looks better than the E3 build. That's the problem.
Not to me.
That's
at least from the parts from what we've seen. I mean,
like
I can't judge the whole game because the whole game hasn't been exposed to us. So.
But it's in the same aspect. People are judging the game off a screenshot. You just said don't judge it off of.
Well, it was video available too. It just the still shot
was a whole mission.
People show videos like of it.
I don't know. Like I think it's just people making it bigger than what it is.
No,
like,
I really feel
I really do.
Truly, and look at the particles and shit they were using, like the mist particles and shit. Like if
it looks better in the game than it looks better in the game than the E3.
So that cutscene looks better in the actual game.
Frog, are you saying that scene or
that scene looks better?
Just overall,
they went over everything. I mean,
I don't see it look better.
Look. Here's the thing.
Frog, I want you to tell me, does that scene look better?
Look, I'm not a technical analyst. When I watched Digital Foundry's video and they broke it down, these are the guys. This is their job. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, they told me what I need to know.
He said that cutscene looked worse. He said it in the video.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Let's see the cutscene.
He said
the image everybody's talking about.
But I don't. My whole thing is what I said is like this, and I said it in my last podcast. Like I don't see why people are attacking a still shot because everybody kept posting this still shot of this one scene with these puddles. Look at this, it's downgraded, and I was like, why are people attacking a still shot?
I think
I don't understand that.
The reason why people are keep going back to it is because that when this was first pointed out, everybody denied it. Like that, our eyes was fucking with us. Like
you can't.
No, it looked different. I even said it in the last podcast. I said it looked different.
Just taking away those puddles in general is downgrading the game. Just in general, taking those.
Hey,
sure,
you guys keep calling it downgrade. It is what it is.
It's like I said, that's a prime example of what it is to make a splice for a game and put it on screen. That is the prime example because that one little scene that they showed to promote the game, it's like when it comes to that one scene, sure, the rest of the game overall was an upgrade compared to what the build was. But if you compare that one cut scene, that one picture, if that whole game looked like that and it compared it to what it looks like now, everyone in this podcast would be saying it's a downgrade.
But there are places in the game that look better than just that one scene. That's why I said everybody. But you're going off of one scene. I just don't understand what the problem is. Like the game is still going to be good. I'm still going to play it. You're probably still going to play it. If you don't want to play it, don't play it. Because guess what? I still play Watch Dogs, and I was like, this don't look like when I first saw it, but it didn't stop me from playing it.
Let me ask you a question, Frog. Let me ask you a question since like all the the ponies that that follow me sympathize with you and Jez, right? Why are people telling me not sympathize, but they tend to cater to you guys opposed to me? Obviously.
I'm not no fucking PlayStation.
No, I'm not saying you are. They like.
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
So
well, I had to make a video like I didn't go on into a video going. Why? Like I didn't do that.
Why do you think they saying why am I taking an L? Because you said something, and I just want to ask you because you said something.
Hold on, let me address the people in the comment section, okay? For every motherfucker that puts down, I swear to God on you, on a handful of Bibles, I will block you, and Kid will have to do the shit later. Do it. I dare you. Please let me block a bunch of motherfuckers. All right, man. You thought I was joking. You thought I was joking. Here we go.
Wait, what are you blocking for? Wait, what are you blocking for?
Yeah, I don't block Callie. He watches my shit.
I don't give a fuck. He's gone. Out of here.
He just said L.
We're gone.
Like, hold on. Stop. It's not that big of a deal.
Yo, Addict is fucking ruining your fucking chat room right now. He's killing everybody.
Let's go. Come on, no. I want to see this. I want to.
Don't block him. I don't care about timeouts, but don't block because then I have a hard time unblocking people when they ask me later. All
right, now I got to go back to Destiny, and I will keep an eye on this chat. Don't be thinking because I'm not in here, I ain't gonna block motherfucker.
Daddy Addict's watching. Everybody, watch him.
Yeah, I mean, look, a lot of people mentioned the puddle, but it was more than just a puddle in that image. That was just the most obvious part of that image. But yeah, I mean, look, man, it didn't look as good, but these guys do this for a living. Obviously, Digital Foundry.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
well, the other thing is that I think the developer and the community manager coming out going, it was artistic change, and it's like it's not downgraded. It's not downgraded. I think people gravitated to that as well to combat the photograph, and I think that's where the extremes went. Where somebody's like, "Well, the pose changed, the shadows and the reflections are not there in all the puddles that were there in the beginning, and the shadows are changed, and the texture of the suit looks different." And then the developer was coming out, and the community manager going like, it's not changed. It's not changed. And then people calling the devs liars going, well, they're not going to undersell that. Like, you know, they're just going to say that.
Problem, I think,
and everybody went back and forth. And it's like, you know, and it turned out to be that the dev was right. And that's where
you had a lot of people in the industry that played this game are close to launch, and they were like, that is not a downgrade. Like, this game looks better than what they were saying it too.
I think can't believe it's a higher resolution than what they showed in E3.
I don't see what the big deal is. Like, it is what it is. Like, you know, I personally think that, like, you know, like I said, I've played games that when I saw them, they didn't look the way I thought, but I still enjoyed these games. It's not going to stop me from enjoying the game. You know, people act like this was a watchdog thing, and it wasn't a watchdog thing.
And I said it in my thing too, was like this graphic, like this thing, like Frog said, he still bought The Witcher. Everybody bought The Witcher. Everybody bought the Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs sold incredible, whatever they showed us at E3 to whatever it was. With showed, but like the thing is that these kind of things really don't hamper games. It's when you promise features and shit that are in games that don't show up, or you have betas for 2 years and content is not there when it releases, or you show us a game,
Battlefield 5,
Sea of Thieves, and you know you show those things and things are not there. That's where there's problems, and that's what affects review scores. It's not like, oh, you show me reflective surfaces and those reflective surfaces are not in the final version. Oh shit, you're gonna get dinged on it, or people are not gonna buy you a game. You know, that's the difference. Like it's feature sets and things like that, or promises like what's his name, Hello Games, saying, oh, you're gonna see each other in the game and they're gonna shake hands on a planet and nobody can fucking find
those
each
are
other.
Promises that weren't made. Right.
That's
those are
that
promises
shit
that
bites you in the ass. That's that I get pissed off about.
But what was Smooth said he was going to say something on what I said. He had a
I was because you were saying you mentioned that one image, why everybody judging that one image, and I'm asking you why are people telling me I took an L? Because since I've really just commented on one image.
I'm gonna be personal with you because like I watch your content. My oldest son watches your content sometimes. If he just can't stand what you're saying, he'll just turn it off. And now that's just being honest because he thinks you're a good guy because you know he loves Xbox, but he just doesn't agree with you a lot. But I think the reason a lot of people are saying you took the I think the reason a lot of people are saying you took the L because and to me, a lot of people in the industry they're saying people on Twitter taking L's because the thing that was the main thing people focused on was that one photo. It wasn't like a whole video. It wasn't.
That's all we were talking about.
Right, and I think the problem is you got to focus on more than one thing when you're saying it's down. We don't know how the whole game looks, and I was just waiting. I was like,
but even
come out,
a lot of people that were
what it is
commenting on that area were specifically talking about that area, though.
Yeah, even when you asked me in the last podcast, I said it didn't look as good. I said it did look.
Got his copy early, and I was like, yo, it was Tony and Kofi, I believe, that I was like, hey, when you get to that scene, just show me that area, because I haven't commented on anything else but that area. If you guys can show me that area, if it changed, if it's different from, if I'm wrong on that case, all right, then whatever, I'll take the L. But as long as if it doesn't look like what I saw at E3, then I'm sticking by what I said.
But I guess, if you see that one area, is that to me is like, my question is like, because you see that one area and the puddles are missing, does that make the game a downgrade for that one area?
The thing is, I wasn't commenting on the whole game though. That, like, I made that clear. I was commenting on that particular area. I had nothing else to say about the entirety of the game, because the whole entirety of the game wasn't made available to us to freaking dissect and expose. I looked at certain scenes, and the scene that had the biggest standout was the scene I focused on. I didn't care about any other part that I didn't see, so I only ever commented really on that scene, that area. That's all I wanted to see. Everybody happy. People were tweeting me pictures of pictures of the game, videos of the games in different areas, like, see, no downgrade. I was like, dude, I never commented on like saying the game looks bad. I'm only worried about one part. That's it. One part. I was like, you can keep showing me tons of different videos. It's not like I'm going to be like, oh, that's downgraded, because I haven't seen that part before. I'm only judging the part that I can compare. So people are coming to me with, yeah, they'll tell you it's not downgraded. Okay, right. Okay, it's not downgraded, but it's still hasn't like pretty much defunct what I said, or am I saying that word? Yeah, defunct what I said about debunked.
Yeah, I got you.
I don't know where defunct come from, but I did a fucking video that I kept saying defunct. All right, but debunked what I said, because I was like, yo, this area looks better. 2017 looks better. That area, this, at least in this area, and I'm suddenly taking the L because they said no downgrade, even though my focus wasn't really of the whole game taking a downgrade and more of that area that I've been commenting on. The picture, I only tweeted really one picture, like the one GIF. So that's why I was like, okay, you clearly see you're saying like, oh, people shouldn't call it a downgrade because of that one area, but people are giving me an L because I've commented on one area.
I think it just, it's, I do have a problem with you commenting on one area, because.
But he did have a video that said Kid Smooth destroys PlayStation.
Right.
Well,
yeah.
So
it made it worse.
Right. But you know what that video was for?
It was for the Twitter comments that you were getting for
No. It was that part.
I was going through it.
That part of my video that I made, that got like 700 dislikes, right?
Well, that was that scene.
Yeah, my son disliked it. I'm just gonna let you know that.
Kofi had put out a video or a comparison of his retail version of the game and the E3 one, and confirmed that it's not the same. So I was
that's okay. What Kofi did.
Didn't they get taken down? You talking about the one that got taken down?
Then he commented on it. His video got taken down.
Taken down. Yeah. So that was the reason why I made that video, because I was like, now we know somebody who has a retail copy of the game that got to that exact point and able to confirm that the images I was talking about was in fact correct, and the 2017 version looked better. So I made the video in response to that. It had nothing. That was really what my video was about, because my part got confirmed by somebody that had the game. My part got confirmed, and people didn't like it.
I missed it. So people were saying that photo was not real.
Yeah,
like the second,
people were saying,
one without the
press, all this other bullshit. People were coming up with every excuse in the book.
But the dev said that it wasn't downgraded.
No, he said it wasn't downgraded. He said everything is still there. It's just the time of the day changed, the lighting changed.
I think he said something about lighting.
I guess when I look at it, is this game, looking at, even though people say, is that game, looking at this game, what I've seen so far, is it going to make most people stop? No. I mean, the thing is sold out physically on Amazon. You can't even get digital codes anywhere unless you go to the PlayStation store.
It didn't affect the review. Like I said, that's kind of stuff.
So my whole thing is like, this actually helped the game more, because now people are interested to see what the big hype is. People who are, the casuals. And I think this is more of a casual game. It's a bigger game because people know.
Yeah, they said it was easy. They said it was pretty easy.
I think Kofi said he already platinumed it, and he said it didn't require a difficulty change. So I plan to fully enjoy this game and go into other different games. But it is what it is. I just think the word I think the biggest thing is when we use the term downgrade. I think when you say something is really downgraded, it's really like drastically different. And I wouldn't say, I would say the screen, I agree with you. The E3 screen to me did look better, but now you see the final bill and you're watching it in video. When I watched it in video on Digital Foundry, I was like, okay, a lot of things look better overall. So it is what it is.
Has anybody saying that the game looks bad though? I think the thing is people.
No, I don't think anybody's saying the game looks horrible. I think people
like. No. I think it only blew up because of the pushback, the damage control that people were doing, and the PlayStation Army. That cult came out like it was getting kind of ridiculous. It's like, yo, I think that's what blew it up. I think this could have easily passed over, but people wanted to like it was a stark difference. There was people that clearly saw a difference in the two images, and then people that just completely
that image really blew up real quick. Yeah. Let me tell you something, Smooth, and you know this, dude. Press start, Coffee press start was everywhere. They talked about him on IG, and they talked about him on and a lot of people
what was it? The no. I'm like,
it's good. It's good because he's getting noticed, but it's kind of bad in a sense because like his video was taken down. So it's good and bad. You know, it's 50-50. So I just think, you know, if we just go into a game, because look, when Cyberpunk comes out, when I saw Cyberpunk, I graphically think the game should be looking better than when it comes out. And I expect this game to look better because what I saw, I'm interested. I want to play, but graphically, I don't think it was like mind blowing. But for the concept of the game, I can't wait until Cyberpunk. It's a day one for me.
They even put a disclaimer in their video going this is not representation of the final product.
But I'm pretty sure that game is going to come out and probably be a cross-gen game. It's going to look better than we're seeing now on the PS5 and the Scarlet. So that's where I want to play it primarily if I can. If not, I'll play it on my PS4 Pro.
I think that game has zero chance of running on this generation.
I see. That's what I think too. I totally agree with you.
Zero chance.
I think that's a next gen game. I totally agree with you.
Well, it's going to be downgraded.
It's going to be able to run it. I don't think the Pro's going to be able to run it. I think that's totally next generation.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, I'm starting to jump on that fence of like I'm ready for the next gen already. I'm good. Let's get rid of these consoles. I'm ready.
Agree. So
it's gonna be hard with them still being $400 or $500 though.
No, I know it ain't gonna happen, man. When you have still the Pros 400 and the X's 500, I don't think next gen.
But you know, devs, man, they're gonna still be putting it on those older consoles. So you're gonna have a year or two of that next generation. That's not gonna be using all that power.
Yeah.
So back to Battlefield.
That's a shitty thing about next gen.
Oh yeah. Back to
Battlefield. Talking about a shitty game right now.
I'm gonna summarize what I was saying.
There you go.
So look, I'm gonna make this quick because EA's about. I don't want these guys to ruin one of my favorite franchises, right? And don't get me wrong, DICE has corrected problems with Battlefield in the past. Like, look at what they've done with Battlefield 1. The classes were completely unbalanced, very similar to like what I see in Battlefield 5 right now. I know, Jez, I know you like the time to kill in Battlefield 5, but it just doesn't. It doesn't feel as traditional as Battlefield has felt in the past. You know what I mean? So I would like to see it go back to how it was. Yeah. There's certain glitches in the game that you normally don't see from a DICE developed shooter. Like, for example, like there's a guy that's literally laying down. You know how when you're laying down, you're sniping, you can kind of like move around. The guy literally goes through the barricade. He gets sniped, killed right next to me, and he's literally laying there with his body through the barricade.
Yes. Oh, there's a lot of that.
And that's not something that you see very commonly in a DICE developed shooter. Like typically, it's pretty tight right out of the gate, and then it's just a matter of balancing things out. Which it took Battlefield 1 about 3 or 4 months to really get that game to how it is right now. Which Battlefield 1 runs really well, right? Yeah. So I'm starting to think like, you know what? I'm starting to think like, man, these guys. I'm not saying they didn't move it because of Red Dead and Black Ops. I'm pretty sure that factored into it. But maybe it did get moved because they think the game needs a little more time. And I wouldn't blame them.
But this is the team that made Battlefield 1, right? This is not a B team or
no, it's the DICE A team, man.
This is the A team. Yeah, I think this game
going down, man. There's something going on. It felt so weird to me when I was playing it. I'm like, man, it didn't feel as polished. I know it's a beta, but still, I never felt like that about one of the Battlefields. Like Battlefield 1 was like instantly like,
especially a DICE shooter, man. Like a DICE shooter, like you know what I mean?
They had it down. Like I don't know, and then to try to do that respawn thing, and I know when you get shot. And you then roll on the floor like a dead dog, like just roll around like a dead opossum, and then your hand comes out, and you got this animation where you could just move your hand around like you're trying to reach out for somebody, and then you hold the right trigger to call something out in German.
And like everyone's a medic now. Everyone's a medic. Everybody's a medic. Everybody's a medic now. Like I don't understand. So it's like you kind of make almost a medic class kind of pointless, almost like you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. And then you have this circle, and then you just hold the L2 to bleed out so you can respawn. But you have to do that every single time you die, unless you get headshot or blown up. And it's like it's just you just hold the L2 down, just like nobody's gonna revive me. And then you finally could spawn on somebody. Now they changed the spawning too, where you don't pulled up to the map and spawn on your team. You could actually follow them behind their back, and if they get shot at, you can't spawn on them. And then you could either pull back and spawn on them from the map or from the base. Like I like the times because I always felt like in Battlefield when you're shooting somebody, it's just taking numbers off of them, and they don't just die. This one, it's a little too quick. Like you don't need a scope or anything. You could just like spray and kill people. Like it is pretty. It's almost like hardcore mode.
It's like old school COD.
Yes, it is. Like I'm just spraying in a group, and I just see points popping up like Overwatch style. I'm like
you know what? It almost entices you to use like the assault class more.
Yes,
with like an SMG, and you can almost get them at a distance with it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, it just completely unbalances the game, right? Yes. And I'm like, this is not typical of like it didn't feel like Battlefield. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like what I'm used to out of a Battlefield game. So I don't know, man. I'm starting to feel like
no vehicles, that many vehicles, like no planes dropping in, no helicopters, like not like.
Well, you know what the plane situation had to get rectified because these dudes flying around in planes in Battlefield 1 straight up can ruin the game.
They will fly.
It's like retarded. It's like retarded. Like you're constantly getting killed by planes. So I would like for them to nerf the planes like in some capacity or limit the amount of planes people can
nerf an airplane.
Yeah, dude. It's bad in Battlefield 1, man. It's bad.
Well, they need better anti-air.
Bro, you get on PC with this PC tryhards on PC on Battlefield 1. Oh,
just go in the plane.
Did you guys mention the fact that you can't mark people anymore, and
I did.
right in front of you to mark them, and the water looks horrible?
Well, it's funny you said that because all right, so I had seen a video the Dreamcast guy had made in regards to the marking. Before I saw that video, I thought they took the marking completely out of the game. Right. Because Dreamcast guy said that you had to be really close in order to mark the person, which I didn't even realize that. I'm like at a distance. I couldn't mark anybody. I'm like, dude, these people have changed the game. This was a staple feature in Battlefield.
And it's not even a tick over their head. It basically highlights them, makes them look like red shadow or something like that. Some weird thing.
It's crazy.
And it doesn't show you who killed you. So if you get sniped from across the map, it doesn't zoom in on that guy so you know where he is. Nope. Right. It just you just roll around with your hand out and just like a zombie.
Good or bad, some people may like the changes. I'm one of those that I would like to see it go back to more traditional how Battlefield was, since I've spent a lot of time playing Battlefield. I don't know, man. I'm glad they delayed it to November. Hopefully,
if you see my Twitter, I took a couple of shots. Not only did I take a photo of the car in the city map in a tunnel, the interior, it looked like a car pulled out of fucking Roger Rabbit. It was a cartoon car. I was shooting at it like, is this thing real? Or is this like a movie set?
I did see that.
I go outside. If you see my other tweet about it, there is a tank pulled from Jet Set Radio. I don't know what skin that is, but it is like neon green with black and white stripes with all graffiti on it. I don't know if that is a pre-order skin or some bullshit loot box. I don't know where that's from, but it does not fit in the environment where somebody's riding in this neon green tank that looks like Jet Set Radio.
You know what though? You know where that came from? That came from because you can unlock skins in Battlefield 1. And there's like some legendary skins. I guarantee you that was something like that going on there.
You get picked out from a mile away because you're just this bright green tank rolling around.
There's guys in Battlefield 1 that are rolling around in a zebra tank, like up and down.
Yeah, if you look at that thing, it was ridiculous. Like I'm like,
and
what the hell is this green thing?
Yeah, sure. I'm not gonna see you.
I don't want to shout out my channel, but if you want something funny, go listen to my YouTube video yesterday. I was like, what the hell is this thing?
Yeah, I mean, look, man, I love Battlefield. I love Battlefield. I hope that that they listen to like the real Battlefield community, because I know a lot of people have expressed kind of the same sentiment that I have about some of the changes that they've made to the game.
Right.
And I hope they just take it back to more like traditional Battlefield. What's made Battlefield great? Don't reinvent the wheel. Just do what you do, DICE. You know what I mean? And just give me Battlefield for what it is. And with that said, bro, I'm actually more hyped about Black Ops 4 right now than I am about Battlefield, which I never thought I was going to say that.
And before we move to Black Ops, I do want to say the other thing that I did not really care for, at least in the two maps, was they feel too similar to Battlefield 1. It feels like they ripped it. It's not like, oh, like this is Battlefield like 2 or whatever the hell it is. It's too close to 1 where I feel like I'm just kind of running around in the same environments. And I think it's the Germans again. I don't know what the hell, what's going on, what you're fighting with again in this one. I guess it's the Germans and the Europeans again, in World War II. So it's and just the same destroyed buildings and the snow map on the side of a mountain. It looks like they just took them from Battlefield 1. And I'm like, it's too similar that if you have Battlefield 1, you might be good. Like, right. There might not be too much difference here. So that's all I'll say about Battlefield so far. I played it about an hour, 2 hours.
The shooting mechanic is also different. Don't get me wrong.
Very different.
And the destruction is better too. Like the destruction, there are more physical things that actually move around the environment. So when you shoot the building down, you actually there's parts of the wall that would stay around and respond to real physics. So that is kind of cool.
That part is upgraded actually from
that is upgraded. It looks better, and there's actually parts that stay around that get messed up with the physics. Yeah. So that is. I
actually forgot to mention that was a good catch there because the destruction is better.
Yes,
it definitely is better. But yeah, I see people hating on Black Ops 4, man. They want to cop that.
Well, on that one. Speaking of Black Ops 4, we got some news. We got a nice picture of the new Blackout mode, their battle arena, or I guess you could say their battle royale map. And this thing looks, from what I see, it looks dope.
It starts September 10th.
I'm just going to tell you what it is.
Teaser map.
Yeah, this is what they showed the whole map. Yeah. So I'm just going to say what the developer said. This is what the developer said. 80 players in the beta, but they ran it up to 100 players. So 80 players guaranteed in the beta, maybe 100 by launch. Battlefield 5, from the developer's mouth, said their battle royale mode will have 64 players.
Right.
And
that's their typical conquest. That's their conquest lineup. This was 64 players.
Battlefield looks better though.
Yeah, I think Battlefield. Oh yes, hands down, Battlefield looks better. And do I want both games? Yes, in the sense I do want both games to do well. I want to play both of them. I like shooters, but damn, when you see that freaking Call of Duty map, it brings back a lot of memories.
They have a Nuketown Island.
Man, Nuketown Island. I can read it. I'm looking right at it. Nuketown Island, Hydro Dam, Estates, construction site, train station, firing range, array, Rivertown Asylum, fragging tower, cargo docks, factory, and turbine. Like, I think this game, looking at this map, it's going to bring back all those people who started with Black Ops 1 all the way to, now. People are it's going to bring back, it's a nostalgia. I can honestly say, this is a lot of nostalgia.
It kind of even, you can even kind of see it, like, if you played the Black Ops 4 beta, like, the increased time to kill.
Yes.
Yeah. Increasing probably due to the fact that they were also bringing out that Blackout mode. I'm sure that has something to do with it for the mechanics.
What I'm interested in, and this is where I think the differentiation between Battlefield and Call of Duty is that Battlefield Fire Team, I think it's called Firestorm.
Firestorm, I think, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like that's going to be that's kind of falls into the Battlefield thing. Like we always said, like Battlefield will be a perfect fit for this battle royale.
Oh yeah,
I'm interested in see how Call of Duty uses vehicles. They've used vehicles a little bit in single player, but they never really had vehicles except for like the back in the day Call of Duty where they had some tanks. I think it was like which I forgot which one that was. That was the Treyarch's, I think, second game. It was the Call of Duty World at War. It was World at one of them that had tanks in them.
It was World at War that had tanks, and it was Call of Duty 2. I played all of them.
Yes, Call of Duty 2. Yeah. So they had a tank in them. So like, I want to see how.
I'm sorry, Call of Duty 3. Call of Duty 3.
Call of Duty 3. That's what it was.
3
it was.
Sorry.
Yes, that had the tank in it on the map. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Call of Duty integrates maps, integrates that into the maps, like the vehicles, and to see how that works. And that's gonna be kind of new. Where I think a lot of people more gravitate to Call of Duty because that is something that's newer. They're having vehicles and a Call of Duty with gunplay from Call of Duty, whereas Battlefield might be too similar to the big mode Conquest that you're playing, and now you're just playing as one guy or a squad of 4, and you're basically just doing this on one big map of vehicles. So we'll see how it goes. Battlefield might be too similar, where Call of Duty might be having, I'm going to say analogous like Halo 5, where you had kind of the arena mode, and then you had your big battle mode, like your Warzone.
Man, I love Warzone.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Call of Duty might fit that one, where they'll have their kind of arena type, and then they'll have their big kind of battle royale mode. So that, whereas Battlefield has the big conquest modes, and then you got a big battle royale mode, it might be just too much of the same. But we'll have to see how they do it.
Or here's a question this is a question for everybody, because since we're talking about shooters, and I know Kids Move will probably want me to ask this. Now that we know what Battlefield is kind of bringing to the table a little bit, and it's not the final bill, and we know what Call of Duty is bringing to the table a little bit until they come out with their Blackout mode. With this coming out and it being a multi-console thing, Call of Duty Battlefield, do we see this taking over any spaces of PUBG or H1Z1 or Fortnite?
Oh man, that's a good question. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see anything affecting Fortnite, man.
I agree.
Fortnite is a juggernaut, and if you spend any time with the game, you quickly realize why that game has the appeal it does.
Yeah, those two, and that's a third person. It's a totally different with building, and it has its quirks that makes it unique. Where
what about PUBG? Since it's went gold, it's actually officially gold.
I don't know, man. I mean, we got to see when it comes out, but I could see it definitely probably having a bigger chance of affecting PUBG than it does Fortnite.
And I definitely think it affects H1Z1 to a certain extent, because H1Z1 is still in beta.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm sorry, it's not in beta. It's actually released because I'm getting trophies on it, so it's fully released.
Oh well, all right.
Yeah,
Chris Wright just says that Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to have the battle royale.
I've heard that.
I thought they said that it's not. Yeah,
right,
I heard they came out and said that they're not doing a battle royale mode.
Right.
Rockstar. Well, Rockstar said that they had no plans to do a battle royale mode. That's what they said.
Shout out to the Arn Lord podcast, 4K horse nuts.
Oh yes. The hair will be better on the X.
Lords, man.
The hairy balls will be better on the X, I'm sure.
4K horse nuts.
But Red Dead, the way it kind of it's going to be interesting. Just talk about Red Dead. Like if they do their multiplayer similar how they did with GTA, where they kind of have their open world and they just let the community kind of create game modes and they kind of do what they did with GTA, or they're going to have specific modes that they made, like a battle royale, come out later on. But I think they're going to do the creative thing. I think that's what kept GTA alive. People made it their own game. Like they build so many game modes in there. Like you got kart racing, you got Hot Wheels racing, loop the loops, trick racing. They even have like a mode like from Monkey Ball, Super Monkey Ball, where you throw your car up in the air and then you got to land on a target, like on a the parachute.
Boss moves in the chat. Horsenut's going to be X in hand.
Oh man. Greenberg's gonna have his fist like X is gonna give it to you with the hairy balls.
Hey, King David had me crying when he said that.
Yeah, I know, man. He zoomed right in on him.
Gosh, that was they did, man. He said, he said something that was really, really. I thought was. He said, "Look, this game is so detailed that you could see, the testicles on a horse." He's like, "What game is that detailed?" And I said, "He got a point."
Yeah.
Do the first thing people are gonna do is shoot at him? See what happens to the horse.
Okay. Oh my God. Well,
so anyway,
jumping right over from our Call of Duty talk and our Battlefield talk.
Well, how does the PUBG? I was watching Kid played the PUBG.
Yeah, I was gonna jump right into PUBG, that 1.0. I'm trying to find out how it plays, what it looks like, what it's doing. I know Kid Smooth played it.
I mean, it looks like they did clean it up. They look like they added like HDR. They cleaned it up. It still has this texture popping situation where textures like just don't load in immediately. That's annoying because you can go into places and the shit look ugly before the textures fully pop in. But as far as like gameplay, I mean, they've improved some things. Now I wasn't a big PUBG player or anything like that, especially while I was in preview. I did a couple games during preview and I was like, all right, I'm not going to waste any more hours. I'll wait for those achievements. So, however, I had a couple. I had some good moments during 1.0. I plan on playing it more. Now that I got a friend that's been dedicated to it, that's been wanting me to play. I told him, hey, I will play with you as soon as they launch it for real. So but nothing special. I mean, if you didn't like it before, you ain't gonna like it now. But if you played it back into like December, January when it first came to Xbox, and you play it now, it's a drastic difference. But you know what I mean? That's like it's like
it was already before the 1.0 release. It was already playing really different.
Yeah. It's like I said, if you like Frog, I don't know when the last time you played it.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it'll be a drastic difference for you. But at the end of the day, you know, it's like a situation with this game. It's like, yeah, it's much better, but it's not a situation where you're like, you know how it's you know, somebody doesn't listen, right? And when they finally listen, you want to give them all the praise.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like, no, it's like I said, it's better.
It's getting there.
Much better, but it's not perfect. You know,
my issue with the game is the same, man. It's the fact that the game is stuck at 30 frames and no shooter should be playing at 30, you know? That's just that to me is the biggest problem the game has. I don't understand how with the X you cannot play that game at 60 frames. This shit makes no sense.
Oh yeah, I tweeted that tweet from a year ago. I was like, "Hey, how's it coming?"
It makes no sense to me, man. And and it's not just that game. It's games like Destiny.
I totally agree.
Don't get me wrong. Look, I've trashed Destiny many times, right? I've trashed it. You know, I got it in that famous trash pile of mine, right? But ultimately, I guarantee you, if that game was 60 frames, I wouldn't have. It would make it more bearable. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I just think PUBG would benefit from that dramatically. And for those that think that the casuals wouldn't notice, if not, Epic would have never made Fortnite 60 frames on consoles if that was the case.
Yeah, but the problem, I would say, if you're comparing the two of them, though, Destiny looks pretty amazing. Like
in comparison, yeah, it does.
Yeah, you look at PUBG, and if that thing was like a graphical showcase running at 30 frames, okay, fine. But like, if you want to run at 60, think about what PUBG would have to look like if they can't do it. Like Destiny looks great at 30, but
it
graphics
does,
like the
and
lighting,
it's pretty much locked. Like it's pretty much locked.
Yeah, it is locked at 30.
I agree with him. I would love a 60 frames, man. I would love that.
And the only reason I'm saying this is
for the Crucible mostly.
Since I played PUBG on PC, I played PUBG at 60 frames. It's like everything else. I mean, you guys have been gaming for a long time.
I've seen it at PAX East. They were playing it at that.
Man, dude, you play it at 60 frames and you're like, all right, there's no reason why my $500 X cannot play this game at 60 frames. It's just I don't understand. I don't understand it. That's my biggest gripe about the game. Outside of that, it's a fun game.
You know what? It goes back to that whole battle that was last year. Remember when they were teasing that it was going to be 60 frames on the X and 30 frames on the S? And it was like, no, that's not fair. Like, if people paid more, they'll get better frame rates. And how is it going to be even? You know what? I don't know if Microsoft wants that smoke. I don't know.
If the person went to the store and they dropped $500 on a console, dude, they get to play at 60 frames. If the other person
versus $199,
they can sell their S and go get an X10 if you want to play at 60 frames. The end.
But, hey man,
on PC it happens all the time. There's guys playing at way higher frame rates than I am.
But I think the reason they do that is because they're trying to keep parity. Speaking of parity. There was a report that came. Speaking of parody, there was a report that came out, and this is dealing with Microsoft having a deal with Ubisoft. Now, there were 3 stories I read from 3 websites that were pretty much, and basically what was said, and I'll tell you what the end result was. Basically, what was said is Microsoft, when the Division was coming out, they had marketing deals for the Division Part 1, and they knew that their console had some shortcomings, and they basically went to Ubisoft and said, look, we need parity across this console and our competitors. We can't have this marketing deal with you guys and have our version looking worse than the competitors. Well, they basically were going to give Ubisoft money to do this, and Ubisoft basically in and said, no, we can't do that. That's not right. We can't have, so the game came out on the PlayStation, and if it runs better, it just runs better. Sorry, we got to do what we got to do. Now, with that being said, do I think that's a great thing? I understand parity, and I think companies want that, but if your console can't do something and the other console can, it's like there's things that the X can do that the Pro can't, and I'm pretty sure that these developers are like, they're going to just fine-tune whatever they can for the X, and if the Pro can't do it, it just can't do it. So I don't think a developer or anybody who's helping fund a game or getting content should go to a developer, publisher, i.e., and say, "Hey, here's money to make this game run on parity with our competitor." I personally think that's not a great idea.
That was with what was it? Was it with
Ubisoft the Division?
Yeah, it was Division 1.
It was on Reddit. Right. It was on Reddit. It was.
That was 2000. What?
It was a while ago.
2015.
Right.
2015. Because the Division.
What you guys feel
well, that's when Microsoft was still trying to make waves. Like then they just put their hands up and said we're going to PC. And
you know what it is. The only reason, and this is the only reason why I don't believe the story. I'm not saying it's not possible, man. At the end of the day, these companies are out to win. They're not our friends. They want our money. You know what I
mean? Wait. Ubisoft did come out and correct the story. Ubisoft did come out and correct the story. They did say it was true, but they said they did not take a deal. They came out and blocked it immediately.
They said it was true. Yeah, they did.
They said it was true.
So they did say it was true.
No, this happened.
Yes,
I know that.
They happened.
But
they said they did not take a deal because it would not be right to take money from somebody you're dealing with who has exclusive content. They felt it was morally wrong. So they said it was true, but they did not take money, and they will not do that. So it was a true thing. Yes.
All right, so if it was a true thing, I'll tell you why I find it kind of silly. Like, what was the difference between the Division and on Xbox and PlayStation? Was it 900p to 1080p or something like that?
That's it.
I'm like, man, like for that little bit of a difference,
it's not that big a deal.
Yeah, but you remember, man, they were getting killed on it. And that time,
and they had to market it.
You got to think about the time. That's why I was thinking about the game.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Phil Spencer was trying to squeeze remember they pulled the Kinect out, they tried to get more power to the console. They were talking about
released an extra core on the CPU.
Yes, they did. They were trying to get DirectX 12 like support on there. They were trying to squeeze everything they can get out of that underpowered original X, like what they got. And at the time, they just couldn't hit. Like I remember people saying like, well, DirectX 12 is going to make Xbox get like on parity with PlayStation to at least hit 1080p. But every game that was coming out was like, just go look when the articles were. It was that time, and basically and that's when they were kind of just trying to stay within the console race. Then I think Satya came in and said, "Phil, you know what, Tomb Raider," and that was when they did that deal where they did Tomb Raider, the Halo, and they were doing that around that time. And then I think after they didn't
the Division came out right after that. They had a bundle.
They sure did.
And then after that, they said, "You know what?" Phil Spencer came there with his golden plan in the envelope, saying, "Let's just put our games on PC. This shit's not working." And then we are where we are today. Games everywhere, 2 billion gamers, kumbaya.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
You think that's what caused that?
Yes, definitely. The whole tone changed after 2016.
I mean, James makes a point. Jez makes a point because I mean they were getting clobbered in the media during that time.
So the whole vision around Plating where it just came out then.
I mean, that's why the X exists. It's obvious that it bothered them because that's why the X exists.
Word on the road was the X was approved back in 2012?
Yeah, because Phil probably
the X come out
the
initially.
After that, the X was approved before the Xbox One X. Before the Xbox One came out, though.
Shoot, if that was approved, that should have been the system.
I'm assuming they probably make those decisions based on the display technology that's coming out in the next couple of years.
The R&D on it and stuff like that was already approved, so I don't really buy into that. I mean, if people want to run with that as this is the reason why Microsoft is doing what they are now because of
Phil Spencer's been in there for 5 years. He's been there for so long. He didn't walk in the door in 2012 going, "I want games on PC." He came in saying, "Rocky Balboa, we're gonna fight. We're gonna win this thing. When you knock me, I get back up and I hit you harder." That's what Phil Spencer promotional speech when he came back on in 2013. He wasn't going around shaking hands.
Yeah, you know what? And don't get me wrong. I see Microsoft making moves. They're buying studios. They're doing this, but obviously, they're gearing up for next generation. They know it's a wrap this gen. But if they want to do something this generation, they got to drop a check and make a third party game and make it a second party game. Something's got to happen for that.
Something happened. Like they said that Phil, and this is not just me talking hyperbole about it, but like they said that like Satya did not believe in the gaming. He thought it was a loss.
Oh yeah,
when they're getting rid of Nokia, they're getting rid of stuff, and Phil basically proposed. He kind of went to him and said, "I propose this thing where we reach a bigger market," because obviously after the holiday that they had with Halo, the Halo, the Tomb Raider, where they threw everything at the wall, Gears Ultimate and all that stuff, like I think that they realized that this console thing was not going to pick up enough for them to do something. So he proposed probably to put these games on PC with Windows 10 initiative and tie it into Windows and kind of go back on everything that they went against Bill Gates for, because they wanted Xbox to be a console, and Phil basically brought it right back to PC, Xbox driving PC. But they said that and that's why he got that promotion and got where he was, because he basically saved it.
It's crazy. It's crazy that Satya didn't believe in Xbox before.
He did not. Right.
If you really look at Microsoft, right, you got Windows, you got Office, right? Mm-hmm. The next most successful thing that Microsoft had from a consumer perspective was Xbox, because their phones. Come on, man. That was like a joke. Like, what was the music thing that now everybody's forgotten the name of it? That's how
the Groove.
Oh, I thought it's not the Zune. The Groove.
The device. The device. The device.
The Zune. The Zune was beyond.
The Zune.
That was against the iPod.
Yeah, we can go one thing down the line, the next thing, and the next thing, the next thing. The only consumer thing that they've had that has worked out outside of obviously Windows and Office is Xbox.
And you want to know why, Merc? Because it was the only device that wasn't tied to fucking Windows. That's why. It was its own thing. It had its own group. It was its own thing. It wasn't tied into anything Windows related. Windows was this thing for the businesses. Xbox was for the gamers. And now Windows and Xbox are Windows 10 devices now. So we're all fucking one family now.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. When I look at it, I understand like what they're trying to do. It's just what they're trying to pull off is going to be insanely difficult to do.
It is, because you can't make a game for that many people.
Yeah,
I got some good news. Before I because I have just two more quick topics. Before I get in that, I was going to answer a couple of questions in the chat. Let's see. Somebody in the chat I know asked a question. Okay, here we go. So RJST asked, "Why is this dude running the show? I'm just helping Kids Move host it. He asked me to host it."
Question of the day, right?
RJST doesn't really particularly care for me. I don't really give a flying you know what, so it's okay. He tried to troll me on another platform, which I'm just not going to give this dude a big platform. Whatever. Let's see what other questions. I saw a couple of questions in here. That people were asking. Somebody Jonas Montez is he's just asking. He's just like, Kids Move. Where's Kids Move at? Kids Move is here.
Yeah, I'm
he's
here.
Still in the podcast. Yeah, he's not. Let's see. Is anyone getting Hitman 2? That's a question was asked. Not at launch. Yeah,
I'm not getting that shit. I'm not good at those games.
Hey, for someone trying to compare Surface to Xbox, Surface is a failure compared to Xbox.
Oh God!
No, actually, Surface is not bad.
It's not bad, but you can't say it's way more successful.
It's not, but it is like a highly praised piece of hardware that they have.
Yeah,
it's really
a good
nice.
piece of hardware.
Really nice.
But no, you're totally right. Xbox was the most consumer thing that came out of Microsoft, because they really weren't, and that maybe I'll say and I don't know, but I'm just saying he was not really into Satya was not really into consumer devices, because they canceled a lot. They were trying to get into consumerism a lot with the band, with Windows Phone, with Xbox, with Surface, having their own computer. They were trying to get into consumer devices where he really was not into that stuff. So they locked up a lot of that stuff away, and he's more into business stuff, cloud, and the cloud benefits will probably come, but he's more of put your business stuff on my servers, so your whole multi-million-dollar service is with me, not with Google. That's what they're fighting for. But
I get what they're doing.
Just, the thing is with the Xbox stuff, and there was definitely a power struggle with what they had, because they bet on entertainment and connect and use all that and put an underpowered system in the thing. And unfortunately, that was something where PlayStation just did the games and they made it where it was simple to develop for. Because remember the ES RAM and all that bullshit, they took the ES RAM out. It's not in the X, it's still in the S.
Yeah,
but they took out that ES RAM where I remember Pinello, who's not there anymore, he was the Xbox marketing hardware guy, basically was like, that ES RAM actually has more power for the developers to use, and nobody gave it the time of the day.
That was their solve for not using DDR4.
Exactly. Yeah, we got some ES RAM on the side.
Yeah,
they should have.
Like that. Because
Trizzle. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, there was a thing with it and with the power stuff, and I could see at that time, they want to show their game probably the best it can be, especially if they're putting marketing dollars for it, and they probably said some of those marketing dollars would be make our game run better on on this, but
Right.
not don't make. See, I think it's kind of weird for them because I don't think they could tell them how to run it on PlayStation though. Like, is that what it was,
No.
Frog? Like, these tell them, say, hey, you gotta run it.
They weren't. No, they weren't. What they were basically saying is they wanted parity. However, it runs in their system, it should run in their competitor system the same.
They probably
so
couldn't
wanted
get
parity.
it.
They wanted parity, and so because they didn't want to look in that much. They didn't want to look in leaps and bounds better. But 900p, 1080p, is it a difference? Yes, but the game still sold well, so I don't think that Ubi made a bad choice. The game was really anticipated to sell well, so it was okay. I think in the end it's okay. And now I think the next game will come out. And it probably will still run at 900p on the base Xbox for the most part, but it still will people will play good. People will buy it, People will buy a good game if it's a good game.
Copping that day one.
They took the snap feature. I'm just thinking all the shit they took out. They took the snap feature.
The Xbox in this
incarnation,
incarnation, was actually a legit console. But people were shitting on that bad. But
I think the S is a nice looking console.
No, I'm not talking about that. No, I didn't care for like the way it looked. I'm talking about like what it did. The snap, the Xbox recorded that, all that shit, like that shit.
It's funny though.
Upload Studio. Where the hell is our new Upload Studio?
All the flack.
That's where I saw Kid Smooth for the first time when he did Nerd Smooth. It was an Upload Studio.
I'm gonna ask a quick question, and this is most of the Kid Smooth. And then I'm gonna read another question. Do you think with the features, because I see there's a lot of features in the Xbox One. When I look at the Xbox One, I think a lot of features they really would love to have those on the 360, but because that console couldn't probably do a lot of those things, I think they really wanted those features on 360, but they just said we'll move all this TV stuff and all this other stuff over to Xbox One. Do you think that? Because to me, I think they want it on the 360 personally because it's a great console. But do you think that way, or do you think that this is like they had this in the plans? I think this is what they want to do on 360 also.
I think that they thought they had it in the bag. Hardware. That's what I think. That's why they did what they did, because they thought they had it in the bag.
No, they were gonna have. They had a whole entertainment division. They were
it was the Xbox One was supposed to be the all-in-one device. It was supposed to be the go-to for like TV. It was supposed to wow people with what it could do with its entertainment features. And what the new version of Kinect could do. I think the stuff that they had planned for Xbox One was intended. It was rightfully done, and they just kind of had to retract because the marketplace didn't react the way they intended. The thing is, I feel like Microsoft, when it comes to the Xbox, they do things where that's probably not ready for its time yet. And like to the point where
it is before its time.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of things that they did propose, we would accept today.
Just look at Google, Alexa. Look at Google and Alexa. Like yelling at your TV. Now I just yell in my house. What's the weather?
You ready for this? This is the kicker. Oh, DRM. I can't trade games. I can't lend my game to my friend. Now everybody buys digital.
Yeah.
Now everybody buys
now
digital.
People gift digital too.
Yeah, like not only that,
I'll buy you some digital.
Or have the major components online.
Exactly. Everybody trading in their digital games, walking in with their Xboxes. There's no way to trade those. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, I'm gonna say the biggest problem that they had was I'm sorry, as much as they didn't really deliver on the on their messaging, and they weren't clear. They kept stumbling over each other. But the fact that they changed and scrapped it all made them seem weak. That people could just criticize them for anything that they could do and not like it, and Microsoft will change it. And Microsoft became too reactive to the people rather than sticking to what the mission is. Like Apple doesn't listen to shit. They had no fucking headphone jack.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll hate you, Apple. Oh, they line up out the door for the next fucking iPhone.
Yeah,
and it sells. It does. Yeah,
you're like, you'll like it. Trust me. You'll buy a dongle. You'll like it. And Microsoft really just kind of gave in. And unfortunately, Sony played right into that, and Microsoft just, and then they had
Sony played it perfect.
Sony played it perfect. And the Sony kept it simple. And this is where I say we don't want this shit to happen now with streaming devices, with X2 Scarlet and X and S's and families and holding each other and hugging. Microsoft has to keep it simple, make excellent games, and the people will come. That's what I say all the time. Don't give me all these fucking options, because too many options, people say, I just want a fucking one thing to do.
Jez, you know how I know you're right? You want me to know how? You want me to tell you how I know you're right? I had a buddy of mine, a very good friend of mine, right? That him and his son both game, right? And they both game together, play Madden, all the casual games you can expect, right? COD, all that stuff, Overwatch. He's been buying 2 digital copies for every game since the beginning of the generation. I just explained to him how GameShare works.
Oh,
Wow. Are you
Dude.
serious? Wow.
That's
He didn't
crazy.
even know.
PlayStation.
He could have
He
been
didn't
saving
even know.
money.
He could have been saving money the whole generation. So he just bought
Holy
Madden
crap.
19. I went over there, I set it up for him, and he's like, "Bro, this is crazy." And it just goes to show you, like, the casual
The casuals
consumer,
don't know. They don't know.
they
Too many
don't
options
know,
confuse
man,
the shit
too
out of
many
them.
options. They don't give a shit about that. They don't know about that.
I
You
know.
what I mean?
I worked in consumer
Yeah.
electronics. If you stand there and there's a wall of options, people are just like, what do I pick? And I used to be such a great salesman with people. I'd be like, that's the one you get. The rest of them are shit. And I was selling. People are like, how the hell are you selling that? I'm not sitting there jerking off of people going, well, you get 5 this, you get 20. People are like, I don't have time. I'm leaving. I'll be like, no, that's crap. That's crap. This is amazing. Go get it. And they go, really? And you go, yep, that's the thing you get. And they trust you and you buy it.
You know what? I want everybody in the chat tomorrow. Find that casual friend at work that games, Call of Duty, Madden, all those games, and ask them if they know about GameShare. Ask them if they know about GameShare. I guarantee you they don't know.
You giving our viewers homework?
Your homework. You guys got homework.
That,
I want to see y'all in the chat next week.
If they own a PlayStation, just ask them if they know Kratos, because a lot of my freaking kids, like, their friends don't even know who Kratos is. They're like, "What's that?" I'm like, "You don't know God of War?" They're like, "No," but they know who Spider-Man is. You see what I'm saying? They know who Spider-Man is.
Well, come on,
Kratos,
that's
what
not
is that?
fair. Like, come
No,
on.
but what I'm
Spider-Man
saying
goes
is,
beyond
but
video
what I'm-
games, so.
Exactly, but what I'm saying is, like, I think a lot of these games, like, unless it's like these, they have to be huge. Like, Xbox is synonymous with Halo. Like, everybody knows Master Chief and Halo, with the Xbox community. But you got some people who play on Xbox who don't know what Gears of War is, believe it or not. They just don't know.
Yeah.
They're like, what is that?
But I'm
And
saying
like,
the
how
options.
do you not know what Gears of
You
War
walk
is?
into a place and it's like, well, you got Game Pass, you got this, you could buy it over here, you could gift it to this one, and everyone's like, there are options, there are options. I'm like, you know what, man? That if somebody's like, where's the game? How do I buy it? Here it is, right here. And that, remember how Sony did that video where it's like, this is how you trade games,
Right?
and to their friend, like, when it's like, well, wait, this isn't Game Pass. Is it going to come in Game Pass next week? No, we're not sure. Do I buy it here digitally? Yeah, you could buy it here. Your friend could gift it to you, and it's too complex. Like, and if they keep that complex messaging and think that that's how they're going to reach that many people, it's going to confuse the shit out of the casuals.
Yeah,
and it's going to be too confusing.
You saw how all this is changing. You saw how a lot of these new bundles coming out, like from last year to now, they're all digital. They all come digital now. They
digital.
This got complete.
And
the Spider-Man bundle's digital.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I have to respond to another. I was about to say the F word. Another idiot on Twitter. This one comes from Odd Eyes, the one that's been crying to me for the last 2 weeks about the Spider-Man downgrades. The one that really offended by this whole downgrade talk. The one who has a default pick of Quantum Break loading in its resolutions. The picture that everybody made fun of for Quantum Break when they were trying to say the game looks ass when it was loading in like a texture of one of like the characters. It's just, so he uses that picture, and he's crying about downgrades. But he said he's responded to my tweet where I was talking to Pharaoh, where I said, like, I never said I was unbiased. So he says he comes to me because he thinks I have
do the voice.
narrative.
You got to do the voice.
Yeah, I'm about to do it. He thinks I have this narrative or this agenda to push. I have no agendas. I don't push agendas, people. But this is where he comes. He says, "Then why do you deny that you had an agenda and tried to Spider-Man's name with the whole down stuff? Because it's PS4 exclusive. If you aren't afraid to admit you are biased, it's clear as day to everyone else what you're trying to do. Well, guess what, Odd Eyes, you fucking idiot."
Oh my God.
Not afraid, or I don't deny being biased or an Xbox fanboy, because it is what it is. I will tell you, there's nothing to hide about that. If I feel like I'm honest, if I say I'm doing something for this reason, I will tell you. I'm denying that I'm pushing a let's smear Spider-Man agenda, because I don't have an agenda or no narrative towards Spider-Man. Everything you heard me say about Spider-Man was how I felt looking at what I had. I have nothing against Spider-Man. People will think because I did that one video at that time that had like the smear campaign against it, but they ignored I got probably a total of 6 videos about Spider-Man on my channel. One has really anything to do with me criticizing the game's downgrade. Everything else has been reactions and me talking about what I expect or what I think the game's going to do. But like, no, everybody ignores those, but they look at one video and say, "Oh, all you do is talk negative about Spider-Man." I actually have not said anything, not one negative thing about the game. It's like they let this one thing to overtake, but yeah, this guy's been crying to me weeks. You have a narrative. I'll tell you if I have a narrative. I'll tell you if I have an agenda. If I'm denying it, it's because I'm true. I'm denying it for a reason because I don't believe it. If I say, hey, I'm biased because I'm biased. If I tell you I'm an Xbox fanboy, I'm an Xbox fanboy. If I tell you I'm trying to push an agenda, I will tell you I'm pushing an agenda because I fucking want to. But if I'm denying it, I'm sorry, you just have to believe me. And if you don't, motherfucker, move on. Like, I'm sorry. Shit. These people are just fucking nuts.
Hey, Jez, that was funny in the chat, bro.
Yeah, I saw that.
This intermission was brought to you by Spider-Man releasing Friday.
Hey. Oh, yeah, by the way, somebody did say in the chat, the Spider-Man bundle does come with a physical copy. It does come with a physical copy, yeah.
Not at Best Buy.
Well, at GameStop, let me tell you something about GameStop. GameStop, back in the day, they told Microsoft and Sony, we will not sell your consoles if you give us a digital copy. It has to be physical because they want you to be able to trade that crap back in. Yeah. So most places,
it makes sense.
GameStop will not put that digital thing in there unless it's like a code or something.
Are you talking about the bundle? Like the
bundle? Yeah, it's a physical copy. It's a physical copy.
The PS4 they did bundle at Best Buy is digital.
GameStop is physical. Yeah, GameStop will not sell that thing.
Well, that's
digital.
interesting because Star Wars was physical, Destiny console was physical. Like I know that they had physical.
Yeah, I remember all the PlayStations I unboxed with that came with the physical version.
The physical version.
I think, but at GameStop, GameStop.
Yeah, I don't buy them at GameStop. I buy Target and Best Buy.
I feel like never mind. The Xbox that I bought when Batman came out, they just gave me
same thing with the VR. The VR bundles come with the physical games too. Yeah, which they had two VR bundles come out, which Creed looks freaking crazy.
Anyway. Yeah, that's crazy.
Anyway,
release.
I think one of those, bro. The PSVR. I'm thinking about it.
Kind of really should fucking adjust, man. Like, because you got to think about it. It's like when I walk into Best Buy, I took a picture. I want to say like maybe some 4 months ago. If you go into the game store, there's like almost an equal amount of digital cards to get for game particular. Like you get a Madden digital card. Or the disc. It's like, dude, how do you not I understand you want to sell used games. That's how you survive. But damn,
you just get a card, you bring it to the registry, and they swipe it, you pay it, and then you got your
game. But it didn't work with Gamers Club Unlocked though, the digital codes. Only the physical.
It had to be physical for gamers. For Gamers Club.
You couldn't buy a card for the game. And I
never thought about that.
You know what's crazy though? I walked into GameStop today, and you know how in every GameStop, behind the cashier, there's a glass full of new release games.
Yeah.
That's gone. It's just pins with fucking accessories and shit.
Oh, they turned to fucking toy store,
it's controllers and stuff. Yeah.
I'm like, so how do I go about getting a new game? If I don't want to use game, how do I get one from you? I just ask you for it, or
they'll get you one from under the counter, and it'll be
but that's just dumb. I would
and they'll put their magic sticker on it.
See,
exactly.
The magical clear circle sticker.
I'm so tired of GameStop.
You take the sticker off, that means it's used.
But the thing is, I like walking into the store. You know how when a new game come out, it's like, for example, let's say if they didn't change that, like tomorrow, not tomorrow, but Friday, I will walk in there and just see a wall of Spider-Man or a glass full of Spider-Man games. Like, you know what I mean? And you know how it's just just how it builds the anticipation. Now it's just nothing but fucking controllers and beanies. It's crazy, dog.
And they change that at all GameStops. It's like that at all GameStops.
At my GameStop, I took a photo. They were hanging the shirts on the Xbox display. They had shirts on it. It had the Xbox sign where the console used to be. And they put fucking shirts on there like it was a closet.
Shout out to the Ravenflow. He donated. He said GameStop will die. First and third party are on it.
Oh, shout out to Red Infamy in the chat, man.
Oh yeah, shout out to Red. Hey Red, what's up? I kind of agree with that because GameStop they have a bad I pre-ordered. I can tell the story. I pre-ordered my Spider-Man bundle and they didn't give me my collector's edition I wanted with the statue. They gave me their collector's edition from GameStop.
That's
with a freaking coffee mug and a beanie and a backpack.
I said there was a Spider-Man
and a pack of stickers and a pat on the back.
Oh my gosh, man!
Fucking Spider-Man socks.
A beanie's inside this pack, man, with a Spider-Man coffee mug. I'm not gonna lie, the backpack is kind of cool, but I was like, "Are you serious?" And it was like, oh, well, we didn't know what collector's edition it was, so we just pre-ordered one of them. I was like, how many people pre-ordered the Spider-Man? Look, how many people pre-ordered the Spider-Man collection? They think they're getting one with the statue, and they're going to get the same one I'm going to get.
A box
I'm irritated about that.
I got
socks and shirts.
I may answer a couple questions right quick. Hold on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait. Trizzle had one. Trizzle's question was, because I meant to shout him out. Trizzle's question was, why didn't Battlefield 5 go modern this year? Why did they stick to the World War II when we just came off of Call of Duty World War II, basically?
Yeah,
because this is Battlefield's take.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
They don't have to. They don't have. No. They don't have to answer for what Call of Duty. Just because Call of Duty did a World War II game doesn't mean they can't. So is their take.
Well, they did do a Battlefield.
I think it was
World
their
War
plan
II.
to it.
But my thing is calling
I think it was their
Battlefield
plan.
5 is messed up. Like it's like Battlefield 1 was World War 1, then we're at 5, which makes you think that it's modern because the last 4 was modern.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's like what? Like Battlefield 1 didn't count?
Exactly. And they made Battlefield
Smooth.
2. Battlefield 2 was World War 2.
Dude,
Which is-
EA, bro. EA. They're gonna find a way to wreck this game. I'm positive.
And I'm gonna tell you one thing. I know they had some Anthem stuff. When they're leading with Anthem news, ready? When they're talking about Anthem and they're like, "Oh, guys, there's no loot boxes, all right? Oh, and then there's gonna be free DLC story." I'm just like, "Yo, those are all warning signs to me that you guys are gonna pull some bullshit."
Nah, they I guess they really don't. They can't afford for Anthem to fail. That's going to be like their next marquee. So they can't pull bullshit with it. So they have to throw it out there with the most.
Wait,
Bro,
Smooth. You just said you think that. Did you just say you think Anthem's going to fail?
No, I said
Or
they
you're
can't.
waiting
He
for
says
it?
it can't make them fail.
They can't afford.
I agree.
Oh,
It can't fail, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like
Can't.
they're pressing on. It's just weird because, like, when people say free DLC story, I think of like the quality content, just like with Battlefront too. All the maps were free, right? Was there anything that was really like? I know they added the Death Star, but it really wasn't anything like the previous Battlefields, like what the expansions were when you were paying for a season pass.
Yeah.
So like when people say it, and the same thing, I was telling this to Frog, so like Sea of Thieves DLC, like would you ever pay for that? Like it's free, but would you pay for the Megalodon? Would you pay for gold, like pirates on a ship?
I would
like,
expect it to be a free update.
skeletons on a ship, like. Free DLC is nice, but you got to think like, are you getting really? Would you even pay for that if it was paid?
My question is, where's CFD's making their money? Because I don't know what they sell.
I don't know. I really don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. They're making
The Game
money. I
Pass
don't
is
know
bringing
where.
it in, I guess. I don't know.
That may be it.
Well, Microsoft
I know
is
that the
losing.
streaming community, there's a very trendy streaming community that does that game. And I said that game was going to be a streamer's paradise.
I'll put that shit on when I'm trying to go to bed.
I got to answer a question.
Go ahead, Smooth.
Motion
Answer
of the
your
ocean.
question. I'm sorry.
DM Marty Spartan God says, so Kid Smooth, if he calls it I think this is an error, but he might be being funny. If Condom Break gets a sequel, do you think they'll make it for Xbox?
Oh my God.
Or make it available for a PS2? It won't be
Being
available.
made, it's called Control.
It can't be.
Somebody said it was called Birth Control. The next game.
Microsoft owns the Quantum Break IP, so it would be Xbox and PC. But if you want a Quantum Break sequel,
Quantum Break 2, man.
if you want a Quantum Break sequel, Control is that game. So
Yeah, that's it.
like, you know what I mean? So if you didn't give two shits about Quantum Break, I don't expect you to give two shits about Control. But if you had,
Am I the only one that kind of like that game, bro? Like,
I love Quantum Break. So
wasn't bad.
Control's on at the top of my list, so it is what it is.
I'll give it a shot, man.
Yeah, I don't think Quantum Break was a bad game. It just wasn't my taste of game, so I have no interest in Control.
And then the Ravenflow says GameStop will die. First and third party are in on it. He thinks that.
Hey,
you know what though? That may not be so far fetched,
they'll
bro.
sell you
These guys
Spider-Man
want digital.
mugs.
They want digital, bro. They want everything digital.
yep.
That's more
You
money.
see-
That's more money for them.
You see what Microsoft? Let me tell you something. You see, Microsoft is trying to introduce a program where they can buy back your digital license and they can kind of have a trading program.
They'll do
online.
it.
I think that's coming. If not next gen, maybe the end of this gen. I think that's something to introduce. To me, that would be a huge deal. That would be a huge deal because at that point, it's like, shoot, I don't need to go to the game store. I can just buy it when I'm done. I can trade it in.
That would
And
be a
they'll have
feature.
something.
That'll be huge for stage time.
That would be amazing.
If I could trade in some of my
PlayStation-
digital library, get some credit. Yep.
Yeah,
Both PlayStation and Xbox are also adding incentives to buying games from their store by both having reward programs so you
Yes.
can earn
I
points
use the
and discounts
PlayStation
and shit.
rewards like crazy.
I
You
got
know,
some
that's why I buy all
something
the
I've
stuff.
noticed. I don't know if you guys noticed, or maybe this is just me, but I'm noticing a hell of a lot more sales now than at the beginning of the gen as far
Oh
as digital.
my God!
Yes.
PlayStation has a freaking
I
flash sale
can't-
every
Well,
freaking
that
weekend.
makes sense because you can't. They gonna sell games at the beginning of the generation if the library is in there.
Well, yeah,
Well,
I'm
let me just-
just saying, like, you know,
They would just do
everything
games
was
of gold.
everything was so driven, like, oh, let's buy physical, let's buy physical, let's buy physical, and now all of a sudden we're towards the end of the generation, and it's like,
not
a lot of people
they're
buying
trying to
physical
lock you
games,
in
man.
that. Yeah, they're trying to lock you in that ecosystem. They want
Trying
you
to lock you in there, man.
They want you to get that digital library, so when they launch next gen, they say your digital library comes with you. You know, that's what they want you to do. They want you. And they figured the more digital library you have 600 games on
harder for you to leave.
Yeah, you're not going to leave.
Because once they say backward compatible with all your digital and physical, it's like, holy crap. And then next gen, they can just say, oh, here's a digital console that's cheaper, and here's your physical one. And, you know, I'm just saying, like, they could do that.
Your library comes with you, man. That's why everybody stick with their iPhones and stuff. They've been buying all those apps for all those years, and the same thing. Like,
that's the reason why I won't go back to Android, because now I'm stuck. I like fucking Apple kind of really just fucked me up because of every picture I take. I can
goes iCloud.
I have to
everything.
Oh, iCloud is the.
No, I have pictures
walled
from my
garden.
first iPhone still available. Like, it's crazy. So I was like, you know what? Now I can't. They trap me.
They make it real easy for you, though, Smooth. They make it super easy for you. Like, like everything just works. I give Apple credit from that perspective.
Yeah, but people don't understand when I say that. When people talk about like Xbox, well, why are you on Xbox? Why are you on Xbox if you can do everything on PC? You got to understand.
Because that's your ecosystem.
It's now my it's my ecosystem. I can't. It's not like people assume. And this is the bad like state of mind that people have. People assume just because a lot of the games are available on PC, they act like you can just sell your Xbox in like your library, whatever, build your PC or buy PC, and everything's just going to appear there. It's like, no, only whatever Play Anywhere titles are all 7 of them, right, are going to be there. But what about everything else I bought? What about all my third party?
You know when it's gonna be on your PC
games?
when
what
you're
about
streaming.
My EA Access. What about all that? Like, what about all that?
I'm gonna tell you, it is gonna go to your PC.
Yeah, eventually, what
you gonna stream it?
Yeah, but that's different. That's different. That is completely different, though. But the thing is, it's like, and that's also in the future. That's like not now. That's why I'd be looking at people as like, why is it so hard for you to see why I can't just get rid of it if I have so much already there? And that's going to come with me. Like when next generation comes. When next generation comes, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna just go PC because no, all my shit is still on my Xbox. Like it is what it is. But it's funny how people like do it. And the same thing is gonna happen with like PlayStation. Those who already bought into the PlayStation, now I'd be super duper shocked if shit doesn't just move with you on PlayStation. I'd be super.
That will be.
I don't think they'll make that mistake.
If they don't do that,
that's the easiest way to capitalize on the audience you built on the PlayStation.
Move what you got forward.
That is the key.
Just like I guarantee Sony will also fold on crossplay come next gen. 150%. They won't do it now because they're in the lead.
They're in the lead. I think they'll lead.
No, I think they'll do
when they need some good
gen.
stuff. When they need some, some goodwill, they're gonna sprinkle that in there into their conference. I guarantee you.
Yeah. But they'll do crossplay. But again, it's crossplay with the competition. So it's like for them, it's like
I have no problem.
If they crossplay with it with their
speaking of crossplay, Frog, do you got?
I was gonna bring up that.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, so Sony. Oh my gosh, man.
You borrow with
that.
Sony
came out.
Borrow with that.
Fucking double smacks.
Look, there were 2 conversations on both
sides. 2
smacks
going to both.
There was a smack in the face. Sony smacked Microsoft. Microsoft smacked Sony.
No,
back.
I'm smacking both of those motherfuckers.
No, you go ahead, Jay. Tell the story.
No, yeah, Frog, you talk about it.
No, go ahead.
I'll add colorful commentary.
No, it's funny how you tell it. I like the way it's actually funny how you tell it.
All right, so one day, this is what happens. One day, somebody goes up to Sony and says, yo, I don't know what his president's name was. They go, hey, you want to do crossplay? And he's like, I'm not doing crossplay. he goes, I'm not doing crossplay. We're the best place to play on PlayStation. We're not doing crossplay with those guys. All right. So that's summary what he said. He said that PlayStation is the best place to play. So they're not going to do crossplay. With I guess, did he specifically say Microsoft and Nintendo?
No, he didn't specifically say Microsoft. He just said they're not doing it because it's the best place to play.
So then he says that, and everybody runs like Sony executives says that PlayStation's the best place to play. That's the reason why they're not doing it, which, he's upselling the service. I just don't understand, we all know why. It's a business move. They've been saying
it's a business move, right?
It's the same thing. Like they got a huge install base. They could do it. It happened with Fortnite. They just don't want to do it, and I guess it has to do with with just giving the competition for that. They just don't want to. Nintendo's doing it because they need to get online systems. They don't have that service established yet. They don't have it, so Nintendo's just along for the ride. They're taking Microsoft's goodwill right now and say thanks for the free hand-me-outs. Sony's just like, we don't need to do it. Like, it'll be a nice gesture. It'll be good for gaming. It'll be good. It'll be cool. But Sony's just like, we're the best place to play. Then, Microsoft has to fucking chime in. And our good
bar, bro.
Yo, man. His goofy ass face on that fucking. Anyway.
But isn't Barr on the isn't he like the head of the Xbox Live platform?
No, he's Mixer.
No.
He's Mixer.
Yeah,
no.
He's not. He's
Xbox
up there.
Live. He's his platform. He's in charge of the
look at his title.
I know he's big into the Mixer stuff. He was like the executive.
Yeah, but he's all right. He's corporate vice president. And what was his freaking? Let me go to his Microsoft.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
I'm looking at his.
Look him up. But the thing
Xbox
is,
engineering lead. He's an Xbox engineering lead. Yeah.
All right. So he plays a lot on the PC though.
He does.
So,
he does.
So then he comes in and he says the first thing where that's not listening to games. And basically The Verge, he used The Verge's
yes, he did.
report, where The Verge basically said Sony exec says that they're not opening up crossplay because they're the best place to play. They state that they're the best place to play. And then Ybarra goes and he says that's not listening to the gamers. I wish I had the tweet up.
I have it right here. He says,
read it
he says they still don't listen to gamers. All games should be cross-play and with cross progression with the right input flexibility and gamers options. Sony's boss dismisses Fortnite crossplay controversy. And that was that last part was from The Verge. That last part was from The Verge. But
so he says they're not listening to the gamers, and all gamers should have flexibility and cross progression and cross play. And I think we talked about it before. Cross progression, it makes sense. It would be nice, especially if we're using the developers' servers and the developers are maintaining the servers. That if you jump on Destiny and you're level 300, and then I go jump on Destiny there, my profile that I created with Bungie.net goes with me to my Xbox, goes to my PlayStation, and my level comes with me. I don't have to start again there. Same thing I think Smooth was saying about NBA Live. Like he's put so many hours in. Why, if he jumps on PlayStation, he should just put his character over. His face is on EA servers. It's not on.
Yeah, exactly.
So
but there's more to the story though. There was a lot more added to the story that a lot of people didn't get. You remember Sean Layton? He's the Sony Interactive America. He's the CEO, and in June, I believe it was June. No, I think it was June. He basically said that the company is working on a solution, but they have yet to reveal anything anytime soon. Then John Smeedley, the former president of Sony Online Entertainment, revealed that when he was with Sony, the reason behind the absence of crossplay between Sony and Microsoft was directly money. It wasn't attorney, it was money, because he says Sony has invested money with some of these publishers and developers, so that's why they won't want to do it. Now, Fortnite, I know for a fact Sony invested a lot of money to get a lot of stuff in Fortnite exclusive to the Sony platform. So it's a business move. I think what was said is it's a dick move, and just said instead of just they should have just said, look, this is business. We got money invested with Fortnite. Leave it at that. But we got the best place to play. That's a dick move. I think that was a dick.
It's not really, and it's not consumer friendly. Like it is not definitely being saying that. Like it's definitely not consumer friendly. In the sense where it's like we're the best place to play. But that's what you're gonna say when you're in the lead and you have such a dominance over that. You're gonna be like, hey, we have the install base. We got people. Nobody's struggling to find games on our system. Plus, we're open to playing with PC, and we got that flow over there. Plus, they play a little bit more with Steam than Microsoft has to do with Steam. Microsoft does more of their crossplay with Windows 10. So I could understand where they come from. It's always business. And Ybarra's and this is where I chimed in with Ybarra going, it's business, Ybarra, right? So what I said was your friend Smooth came at me too with this thing, but I was like, crossplay, free to play games require Xbox Live. It's only on the Xbox, Nintendo said they are not going to require an online service paying subscription for their free-to-play games. PlayStation does not do that. So if you are saying, Ybarra, that you think gamers should be open and that's not gamer-centric, then a developer putting a game on your platform is restricting their audience, because now a free-to-play game on an Xbox platform needs to have a paid subscription in order for those people to experience it. You're segregating the market right there on your Xbox platform. If you believe this open platform, game is free, pants down, dick in the wind, running around, then then you know what, man? Break the walls down, as Chris Jericho says.
But I don't understand why people do that. Why is it when one situation is posed, all people do is run to another one? It's like they move away from what was posed.
No, but
you bring up another. I don't understand it. It's like away from the question and only like, well, no, you don't do this. It was like, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about this. And the thing that bugs me about this whole
Go ahead.
The whole thing that bugs me about this whole free to play thing, right? Where why are you charging people to play free games? Now this is where Sony's not stupid, Nintendo's not dumb. Why is people under the impression that everybody who's playing Fortnite don't play Call of Duty, Battlefield, and any other game that requires a subscription for you to play online?
You know what? I got another one for you. It's free to play games on PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You think that the casual person that downloads Fortnite, what do you think pops into their mind? You think that they don't got to pay for PS Plus? You think that they know they can
need PS Plus? They don't know they
don't.
Need
it doesn't pop up, because I know with Microsoft it pops up saying you need to.
Yeah, but
on PlayStation it tells you in the store all free.
No, but I guarantee you, I bought this PlayStation to play Fortnite. I guarantee you, they left with a PS Plus 12-month card.
Yeah, now they left with it, but when you get it home,
but that's not even the case. It's the fact
that it does tell you in the store. It tells you all games.
You don't need it for that thing.
It's not that you don't need it. It's like, I don't understand why it becomes this thing. Because at the end of the day, it's like, is this really about that is not being free? Because are we assuming that people aren't playing any other games but Fortnite?
No, but that's not the point. The point
is
it is the point. No, it is the point I'm making.
You're going to buy the card to play. All right, so you're telling me this, right? This is the average person, right?
No, I'm talking about Ybarra. Ybarra says everybody gaming should be free.
It's a stupid point to make because you're like, okay, I'm gonna go in the store. I'm gonna buy me my PlayStation. I'm gonna buy me my PlayStation or Xbox. I'm gonna buy me Battlefield. I'm gonna buy me Call of Duty, and I'm gonna buy me a Plus subscription or Xbox Live subscription because I need that to play online. You know, and then I'm gonna download Fortnite. So you buy Xbox Live and PS Plus freely to play your $60 purchase of Battlefield and Call of Duty. Yeah, your purchases of Xbox Live and PS Plus is justified for Call of Duty, Destiny, and Battlefield, right? But the minute you want to play Fortnite, why do I require Xbox Live to play this game? Like, it's free. I should be able to play free. But never mind, you already purchased the service to play games, the other 90% of the games you're buying. But now it's a problem because the one game that is free, you should require.
It's like,
are you not buying?
It's tanks. It's Battle of Tanks. It's Warframe. It's Fortnite.
It doesn't matter.
It's all your free to play games.
Are these games like who owns an Xbox and only owns free to play games?
If you don't want to subscribe to Xbox Live,
really you can't market because
if you don't want to subscribe to PS Plus, you can't unless you're. Technically it's the same.
Well, guess what, Smooth? How about I go buy a console and I go get Game Pass? Right?
Unless you're dedicated to the games that doesn't require a gold or a plus subscription. You literally, unless you're dedicated to those games and you're only playing those games, that's when I can see it's a problem. But we're talking about people that are playing every other game left and right. Call of Duty, Destiny, Battlefield, blah, blah, blah.
How do you know that, Frog?
How do you know they're only playing Fortnite?
Because Fortnite is the biggest game that they're playing.
Is there only a recognition? Because the only people I'm hearing this from is happen to be fucking PlayStation apologists who
But the thing is, it's not about you as a subscriber. I'm saying if Ybarra believes this, then why do they have restrictive practices on their own system? That's the point that I'm making. It doesn't have to say that Live comes with my console. Hey, I got a 15-day trial. Why am I complaining? I'm saying if Ybarra believes that gamers are being restricted and not listened to by being not playing every game that they could, because that's what he said, Frog, right? He says that all games should be experienced to all gamers. Like, it's open world. And let me quote again: dicks in the wind, flowing out. I'm running around naked in a field. Gamers should be free. Kumbaya. Let's
lead out over a flower bed.
Yeah, in your flower bed, exactly, in the clouds. And then you're telling me that on your system, you have restrictive practices to require Xbox Live for free games.
Let me ask this question. And this is a quick question.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Somebody
hypocritical, and it's a business.
It's not hypocritical because the focus was crossplay. It had nothing to do with paying for a subscription. It's just people add that in there because they can't get over the fact that Sony is doing
his narrative. It's
I'm gonna ask a question, and I think it may help something. But I'm gonna go ahead and somebody donated. They said you're damage controlling, bro. If it was the PS4 and that was this, so I'm guessing
I'm gonna take your $2 back, Rossetti.
Okay, now here's my thing. Here's my question to this. Yeah. When and who pushes Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus? Do you think it's the people who go, because let's just say 40 million, 45 million Xboxes, 80 million PS4s, who's pushing the narrative, and what do you think that subscription base is? 80 million or 45 million? I don't think it is. I think it's very small compared to, so I think a lot of people don't subscribe to this service until they need to get that game they want to play with online. So I don't subscriptions, 80 million subscriptions. And the reason I say that is when they go to these GameStops, mostly the GameStops, they're the ones telling them, hey, you need this to play online. So I just think about what user base market, in the market of, like, what do you think the number is, if you had to guess, of people who are on Xbox Live that own out of the 45 million and 80 million PS4
like pro rata percentage wise?
Yeah, like, what do you think? Like, you think
I think it's over 50%. I think it's over 50% that owns the subscription. Over 50%.
You think 50% of people on Xbox?
Over 50%. Yes.
Okay, so
especially
that would be the same.
Xbox. Yeah.
So that would be the same for PlayStation. So 50% of their market. So let's just say 23 million Xbox owners own Xbox Live and 40 million on PlayStation on PS Plus. That other market share, are they the guys, like, because you mentioned Destiny, and I agree, like Destiny, Call of Duty, there's a lot of games you need Xbox Live and PlayStation Network to play these games online. And I personally think that you should be able to play your games online. You shouldn't need that. I think your PS Plus and your Xbox Live should be for that elite members that, hey, you get these discounts off these games digitally. Yeah. You get these discounts. That's what it should be for. I don't think it should be. I agree. You shouldn't have to have a subscription to play online. That's just me personally.
I agree.
Back in the day,
in fact, funny? They could keep the whole cross play and cross progression if they just dump the whole Xbox Live subscription.
The crazy thing is, it's fucking backwards. You actually, for free to play games, you should be playing monthly to play those online. And the $60 games that you're buying. No, listen. In the $60 games that you're actually buying that actually comes with multiplayer, you shouldn't be charged to play those games online. I would be more prone or happy to pay for a game that I can download for free monthly to play online versus getting the $60 game that's advertised one player mode or multiplayer mode that you're paying for the game, so it's a part of the game, but I gotta pay separately for a subscription for it. It's like, I'd rather, if it's a free to play game, then sure, I don't mind paying Xbox Live, but I gotta buy the $60 game that comes with multiplayer. I already paid for the internet, and I gotta pay to get access to that mode. But people ignore that. Why are people ignoring that?
What about this? What about?
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead. Ibarra, then he also had another fucking dumbass tweet right after this one where somebody goes, hey, he's not wrong, but you can't really blame him. As far as the business standpoint, they've been beating Xbox for years now. This is what this guy said, Hero, right? Then Ybarra goes, we run Windows and console. Larger gaming audience who wants to play together. Gaming is diverse, says a company who's just releasing a racing game this holiday. If you want only to serve and bring joy to the part of the audience, then you're behind in many, many ways. Okay. So you're talking about paid subscriptions. Well, guess what? You got to pay for the console and you're free to play on Windows, right? That's
They're
one
not
restriction.
talking about paid subscription. They're talking about crossplay. That's all. That's all that the
No,
thing is. It's
they
like
said
everybody.
a larger gaming audience that wants to play together. So guess what? Why is Gears not on Steam and play together there? Why is
That I
Halo?
agree with.
Why is that
That I
stuff not
agree
on
with.
Steam? Microsoft.
Did he
created
mention Windows? Did he mention Valve?
No, he says we run Windows.
No, he's
Windows,
directly
they
talking
don't
about
Windows
Windows.
and
Yeah.
console.
Yeah, they don't own Steam or Valve, so why does it have to
They
go there?
should put it there though.
Oh no,
But
they're
it shouldn't-
making
they don't own them.
somebody else publish their games, but those are not online games,
See,
right?
this is
They're
why I
doing
hate
Sunset
this.
Overdrive.
This is the shit I hate about PC gamers. It's like, oh, well, it's not right unless you put it on Steam. What the fuck? It's an open platform. You have an option to
Steam
go to any
is the
store you
biggest
want
gaming
on your
platform
PC to buy
there.
whatever game. So it doesn't fucking matter. It's a PC. You
If
have
everybody
options
should
to
play
buy
these
games wherever you want.
How
but
you know what
everything
it
has
is?
to go to
Wait,
Steam.
wait,
But
I'll
everybody
tell you
has
what
to
it
go
is.
to
Windows 10
Steam.
store.
Everybody has to go to Steam. Why?
Let me
Because
ask-
it's the
let me
biggest
ask you a
gaming
question.
place. It doesn't matter how big the fucking store is.
If you want to reach 2 billion people, you got to go to the biggest pocket. right?
Everybody who has Steam has a PC, don't they? So that means they got options.
No,
Oh,
they
here we
do,
go.
they do. But look,
Let's
hear me
take
out.
the walled garden, the Windows 10 store, and put our games there and
You
say
don't
we're
think
reaching all
you don't
these
think
people.
Gears 4 would have sold more on PC if it was on
Fuck
Steam?
what it would've
That's what Cuphead did. Fuck that.
Because they don't own Cuphead.
Cuphead would. It does. They published it.
Yeah, Microsoft
what?
published it. Microsoft
But if
published
they
it.
want,
They
to
published
reach-
it
if
for
they
their
want
own
crossplay.
platform.
If he's going around saying that I want to reach out, we have a large gaming audience who wants to play together. Well, why are you restricting it? Because you created Windows 10 store that's restrictive and not on Steam. Put your games everywhere then.
Your own store. You mad at Bethesda for selling shit, like, or any other fucking store launcher that has
Bethesda's not going around like Bethesda's have a console.
You have Windows 10. You're mad that all their games are on fucking Steam. Like what?
We got a donation.
How's
in
that
the
restricted?
chat.
Like what?
They're
Got a
restricted because they
donation in the chat.
created a walled garden to just certain people
So
who have
what?
Windows 10.
What?
Windows 7 people can't play it because you got to have Windows 10.
Oh,
Oh my god. Yo.
Steam's
hold
on everything.
Hold on one second. Let me get this donation out. Let me get this donation out real quick. The Ravenflow said we're talking about PC gets gold for free, basically.
Yeah,
for,
that
Yeah,
is-
well,
that's
they
what he said.
do that, you know? They
That
do.
is
But
true.
what if I told you that
And Gears
third party-
Tactics says hi too, you know?
What
We're
if
a
I-
larger gaming audience. So that
Look,
just
what-
goes on PC.
What
you know?
if I told you that third parties are in on the PlayStation Plus and the Xbox Live just as much as the companies are? Because any third party or any developer for that matter, anybody who puts any game on the PlayStation or Xbox, they don't have to say, oh, you have to have a PlayStation Plus. They can deactivate that feature in that game.
Well, this generation, last generation on the 360, you
Last
had to have
generation it was
multiplayer.
different. You had to have
You
it.
had to have
No,
multiplayer.
what I'm saying is, I think the third parties are in on it just as much as the companies. But what if I told you next gen? What if I told you next gen companies were like, you know what? We don't require you to have Xbox Live or PlayStation Plus. And Microsoft, hold on. They say we don't require you to have this, to play these games online. But when you subscribe to our service, you get 20% off of your digital games, 20% off digital content. Like that's where I think we're moving to, and I think that's coming. I think you're going to see more of that. You're going to see models of people are saying, "I'm subscribing to." Yeah, you're going to see Xbox Live and PlayStation Network. People are going to subscribe to it because what they get out of it, they really say, "We really can't pass this up," and that's how you move the digital forward. Because if you start saying stuff like that, because think about it, this generation. In a sense, Microsoft at the beginning was kind of trying to do something like that. And GameStop was like, hell no. If you can't trade your game, hell no. We don't even want GameStop was really against Microsoft at the beginning of the generation.
Yeah.
And I just look at that and I'm like, you know what? If Microsoft had did what they did at the beginning of the generation, I think what Microsoft was doing is basically something to come in the future. That's what we're going to. And, Microsoft was just way early on it. I think that you will get a subscription and you will get a discount on your digital stuff. You will be able to sell your digital stuff. I think this is coming. It's just a matter of time. But who makes this decision will be the casual gamers who go out there and buy these consoles. They're going to be the one that have the trends in the market to make the decisions, not the guys like us, unfortunately. Nah, that's all I wanted to say.
All right.
They're just saying he brings joy to a part of an audience, then you're behind in so many ways. Like that's what he says. Gaming is diverse. If you only serve to bring joy to a part of an audience. It sounds like a third-party publisher to me, don't you think? That don't sound like a console manufacturer. The fact that they created the Xbox is basically serving a certain audience. Like, it just makes no sense. They're so contradicting. That's why they need to shut up. Just stop talking.
Understand. It's like you.
Just
Never
stop
mind.
talking.
Never mind.
They need to stop talking.
I see what Jez is saying in a certain aspect.
Jez has like an issue with everything like that
Because they're talking out their fucking assholes.
Because
really,
it's like
really, it's like
for it.
no, but I understand what he's saying, Smooth, because he's like saying like no, he's like it's kind of like games everywhere. If you got games everywhere, you got Xbox games on PC. You don't require Xbox Live for those games.
It's all hypocritical.
The PC market is not going to pay for it. You should do the same thing for your platform because you're trying to reach a bigger audience. I get what he's saying, and I want Microsoft to be successful. I think the Xbox is a great brand, but I just think this generation it just wasn't as strong for me as last generation. Last generation, I was there day one. Everything Xbox. This gen, it's really different. You know, I think they went with a very different
with this Minecraft. Minecraft was everywhere when Microsoft came on. It was everywhere. So they started using crossplay
when it came on. So like,
they kept the lights on and enabled crossplay. Great job for them. Just because they poked the dick in, this doesn't mean they're a fucking porn star. So they better stop it.
They better stop.
I want to see them release
This is like the dumbest anger towards like a brand for for nothing.
Hell out of here.
For nothing.
They got one game, Minecraft, cross-platform, and they think like they're fucking
there's actually quite a few games that are cross-platform
that Microsoft publishes.
No, but I'm just saying there's quite a few.
That's what I'm talking about. They always talk about Minecraft, like if that's all they got.
Well, it's the first like. Oh my god, yo, you're ridiculous.
Nah, man, you're ridiculous. That this shit doesn't piss you off.
Because you get mad over tweets, you get mad over images, you get mad over sneakers, you get mad off anything.
They take Xbox fans and they slap them in the face, and then they basically give you one game.
You get mad over anything.
That's why my name is What Grinds My Gears.
Completely lose it. It's like, yo, it's not that serious.
Yeah, I want them to do better. And next gen, I think it should be a refresh for both companies. I've heard a lot of people say that, and I agree with that. I think that you start out fresh, whether you come out 6 months apart, or you come out directly in the same month. You start out fresh. You have new ideas. If they come in with the same stuff next generation, it's gonna be bad. Because honestly, let me just ask this question. Somebody said Ravenflow said Microsoft's best games were purchased, and see, you know what? I was just about to say that,
including Halo.
A lot of the games last generation that when I look at Microsoft for were multi-plats, and they were exclusive to Microsoft for such a long time. I thought they were exclusive, not because I'm casual. I was like, this game has been on this Mass Effect. One example, like. I associated Mass Effect with Xbox. You know, there's a lot of games I associate with Xbox, but when I look back at it, I'm like, these games were on that other console. They just came out so far and few in between, and they didn't run as well that I kind of associate them with Xbox. But this generation is kind of different. My question is this. Going into next gen, because we know it's coming soon, and this be the last caveat, because I know everybody wants to get out of here.
Yeah.
How many of you right now, just based off not knowing what the specs are, just based off of what you think may Microsoft or Sony deliver, or is going to buy a PS5 and an Xbox, or just one or the other?
I'm getting the Xbox by default.
Okay,
I'm getting them both, bro.
I mean, it depends on who launches what, but by default,
I want to say a launch lineup.
I know.
Yeah, like I said, you know this crazy thing I said in a party chat. When after the update that they launched where you could watch like movies together and stuff, I was like, it was me and a couple of my friends.
I remember that
the next Xbox that comes out, I'm getting it day one. This was before of even like an idea. This was before announcement at E3. It's like I'm there, I'm sold.
Right.
Didn't gotta tell me shit. I'm already there because I was at a high at that point of where I was at with my with gaming, and how I was like, dude, this is like the MySpace for games. Like I sort of got it like back then, like I was saying that shit. So I was like. So I'm at this point by default. I'm going to get it. I'm not going to get it, and I'll get PlayStation by default too. It depends if they're launched so close together again. Like if they launch the same week, I'll get Xbox first. Yeah. But if they're gonna have their own separate release dates, I'll get them both day one.
Nah, man, you buy the PlayStation, then you get the Xbox assistance program to buy the Xbox.
Nah, my credit ain't good enough.
I like Mark calling the Xbox Assistance Program.
No. You have to have okay credit for that. My credit is shot.
What about you, Jazz?
You know what? I got to see what the launch lineups are because I got libraries now on both of them. And I would love Phil, and Smooth's gonna say it again, but I would love Phil to come out and go, "Yo, we were just fucking with all of you. Last generation, now we're back to being the best, and just making games for the console." I would love that.
You got to stop watching,
but that's not gonna probably happen. But we'll have to see what the launch lineups are. Like Microsoft really delivers like on the Halo, and it looks amazing. Like I'll get both of them now because I got libraries now on both of them. I used to just have Xbox and not even think about PlayStation. But now I've got the library on PlayStation. So and PlayStation,
the same way,
and like I think I was saying this before on my show thing. I was saying like the fact that they're coming out with these games like Spider-Man, God of War, and stuff like that. They're just building. They're basically selling next generation to everybody. And I think I was listening to like J Dubs with what's his name with next gen. Like they were talking about this, and he's like, these games coming out now. Like strong because they actually are selling the sequels for next generation, like when Horizon 2 and God of War 2 and Spider-Man 2, and that's why Microsoft really needs to come out with some strong hitters at the end of the generation. So we're excited for the sequels.
I think Microsoft is going to close off week, and they just have to. It's like they're going to close off week and come strong with next gen.
Yeah, well, they got to have good lineup.
Looking like to
they
me.
need to have it all stacked.
I can say I have a big library with Xbox, but I don't have as big of a library with Xbox One. So I don't plan on buying another Xbox anytime soon as far as next gen goes, especially day one, unless they convince me with a lot of good software. But I have such a huge library with PlayStation 4 that I plan to buy PS5, even if they're on the same level and they both do backward compatibility, all that great stuff at launch.
That's going to be the key. I'm going to tell you,
if they don't do that
backwards compatibility.
I'm going to kind of wait and see.
If PlayStation screws everybody and says your shit's not coming with you, then like.
But the other thing is like, because I look at like I had such a big library with PS3. Why did I buy a PS4? I bought a PS4 and Xbox, but why did I stick with PS4 primarily? Because neither console was backward compatible at launch. So, but I bought both of them. So my whole thing is like that wasn't a factor. This going into next gen, I think will be a bigger factor.
It would have to be.
Can I take my stuff,
especially that launch?
Yeah. So
see, I think backwards compatibility would have been like such a big deal from 2013 to 2014.
My God. Let me
huge.
tell you,
yeah.
If Xbox had backward compatibility day one, I honestly can say that probably would have been my preferred platform to play.
Oh yeah,
right at the beginning. Right at the beginning.
All with the 360.
Right at the beginning.
Yeah.
That would have came with us.
Yeah, because I have a lot of 360 games digital, but right
all
now,
those arcade
because
games,
I know
oh my god, all those arcade games, they just said it works. Like that would have been great just to have.
I know their lineup, so I kind of like I'm just like I'll wait. I kind of give the edge more to Sony because I know I see their lineup, and I do expect these games to be either cross-gen or something like that. Microsoft. Like I said, what gets me with Microsoft is a Halo game. When they announce their next Halo, that's when I get interested.
Yeah, when I heard that music, man, it always is.
Yeah,
actually,
that
Halo, that audiobook came out. I can't wait. I'm gonna get it next month. The audiobook with like Master Chief actually. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm in a position where I'm like, I know for a fact I'll buy a PlayStation 5 because I got The Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, all these games coming that I want to play. And if I can play them on my PS4, fine. But I'm pretty sure these games are going to be like at the end of the generation when we're getting them on both systems. With Xbox, I'm kind of like, when you guys give me a Halo, I'm there, and because I know I have a good library that I can take with me now. So it's kind of more of a wait and see game. But I know for a fact that I'm probably going to buy a PS5 first, and whatever the Xbox Scarlet is, I'll kind of do a wait and see approach. I will eventually get one, but I'll do a wait and see approach. I'll eventually
hit the like button. Hit the like button, man. Hit the like button.
Most definitely. Good conversation, guys.
If they take that next Xbox and kind of do like what they did with the X, I know it was a mid-gen refresh, but like they just kind of put it out there and say it's up to devs and all that other stuff. Like they really need to have like a lineup for that system. And
I'll be honest, I hope they don't do no more mid-gen refresh bullshit.
I don't want that. Yeah, I don't want that.
I hope they don't do that crap.
I don't want that again.
They did it because when we were in the halfway mark, 4K wasn't ready. They couldn't invest in 4K, and they had to keep those prices down.
Yeah, because the display technology is going to drive what these consoles are going to be.
Yeah, you see the 8K is coming out next year.
Yeah, and
8K is not going to be no option for next gen. Hell no.
Nah.
We're not ready for that yet.
So I ain't buying no 8K.
You can't keep up with that shit, man. You can't keep up with it. The hardware
4K will be the standard.
Hardware is always going to be ahead of software. Yeah. Like you never.
And displays are always going to be ahead of GPUs. That's just how it's always been.
Yep.
That's just how it's always been.
And GPUs will be ahead of CPUs.
Yeah. Actually, that is factual. They are.
Yeah. GPUs come out every year. CPUs they try to come out every year, but they're not big.
Yeah, they need. That's why. Why do they keep driving? That's stupid. Stop it. Why are they pushing out GPUs at the rate and like?
Well,
yes.
And it's like lapping CPUs.
That's why I don't want to make it
what Xbox do because
no, go ahead, Mark. I know you got something important to say. Because we were talking about this before.
September 6th tomorrow. PC prices for parts are going to jump about 20 to 25% because of the new tariffs on China.
Yo, hold up. Why is everybody having an issue with their Spider-Man Special Collector's Edition pre-order at GameStop?
I don't know. GameStop, I think there's something going on with that Spider-Man Collector's Edition.
Dark Cloud tweeted said, I am forever done with GameStop permanently. GameStop, I will never shop there or support them going forward. Lost my Spider-Man collectors due to their mess up. That store does not exist to me. Too many times they have effed me on a pre-order.
Yeah, GameStop is on something. Bob Beast, he asked me what I was on an Xbox podcast and for because I was talking about Xbox. Look, just because I'm on an Xbox podcast don't mean I'm an Xbox elitist. Like, Xbox is the only place I play. I'm a gamer at heart and I play everywhere. So being on the Xbox podcast, I do love Xbox. I love the Xbox brand. I don't like Microsoft, but I love the Xbox brand. I'm a day one Xbox Live member back on the OG Xbox. I still got my original OG Xbox. So I don't have a problem with being on the Xbox podcast. I have nothing wrong with the Xbox. I think this generation, they just took some hits and they're just not doing things in the way that I thought that when they started their company from the original Xbox until now that I like. So that's just what it is. It's not like I'm hating them. I just want them to do better. I want competition. But look, let me tell you a quick story, and I'm because we're gonna probably end the podcast.
Yeah, we need to get it because it's about to be midnight, dog.
Back in the day when I had a Super Nintendo and my friend had a Genesis, I'd go to his house and play Streets of Rage and Sonic, and I was like, these games are awesome. He'd come to my house and play Legend of Zelda and Super Mario World. We never sat there and said, well, this game system is worse because of this. We just like games. We didn't care wherever I could play them. So that's really how I am now. And if I'm on a preferred platform, hey, I'm on Sony. Me and Kids Move can play the same games and have the same conversations. Now, when it comes to the first party, of course, it's different. But for the most part, we can talk about live. We can talk about Call of Duty and Battlefield. So I don't really think the box I play on is as important as the games that I play on it. That's just me. Gaming Egg said you legit don't play Xbox. Gaming Egg, I've been playing Xbox way before you even thought of in your daddy's nutsack.
Oh, I need to jump on now. Now that's an L.
I'm just joking. Nothing.
Born prior to 2001, dude. He's not.
Yeah,
he's
no malice, man. I'm just joking.
Oh shit!
Just joking.
There he comes.
Here he comes.
Yeah, no, I don't look. I legit don't
right,
play on Xbox One as much as I did 360.
Oh shit!
I'm just messing with you.
Get out of here. He's coming in.
Look, I'm just messing with you.
He's coming in now.
All
right, I'm getting out of here though. By the way, though, for those who did pre-order Spider-Man, I think you can pick up your game from GameStop. Pre-order tomorrow, 9 p.m. They're doing a 9 p.m. launch. I pre-ordered mine at GameStop.
Box of socks. You can open it up. You can get a box of Spider-Man socks.
Yeah, no, I don't do those those special type of editions.
You just got the game, right?
I got the game.
Like a Spider-Man bow tie and a box of Spider-Man socks.
I low-key want that Spider-Man PS4 Pro, man. I don't need it. I want it.
Yeah, I pre-ordered it from
Is the controller going to be sold?
Yeah, I should buy it so I can take a shit on it bare ass, you know?
Shit.
Do a T.
We definitely won't have a show next week then.
Oh, shout out to Balls Moves and Master Chief. They did pick up the limited edition controller for a PlayStation. I didn't know it was out. But damn, I want that.
You can buy the controller, but not.
Man, I want that controller now, so I'm just gonna go get it.
I don't even get it, man. Can you? You still buy it?
I don't think you can buy the Spider-Man controller by itself, but I know you can.
No. But the 500 million, you can buy the controller.
You can buy the controller by itself, right? Okay, that's cool.
Right.
Yeah.
There's that one in Merc. I believe it was Merc that put a crystal. I think it's clear controller.
Yeah,
and they had a PlayStation Gold too.
It's a GameStop exclusive, the crystal one with the white backing. Yeah, it looks real nice. That's actually the one.
Controllers, there's a couple of Xbox controllers that I really do want. Not that Grease
prevented.
Is that real?
I suppose it is. I don't want nothing to do with that shit. Like,
Oh, God.
shit like
that's a joke.
it's shit like they put Crisco on it.
Oh my God.
Oh, but no, I want the PUBG controller, and I want the it was the PUBG controller that they showed, and it's this one where it's like fading, but it's like see through. I'm not sure if you guys have seen that shit. I think it was revealed at Gamescom, but and then
that's the ones you can order, right? The custom ones, or they actually have one.
No, it's an actual legit like separate like. I forgot what it's called, man. But it's like the top of it is like see-through, sort of, and then it'll like towards you get to the bottom, it fades into like a solid color.
That's cool.
Yeah. Hey, for real, on the real, man. I'm so much of a Destiny fan that I actually legit might buy Destiny on Xbox just to play with Gaming Addict, because we talk about it a lot. And I played a lot on my PlayStation, but a lot of my friends are just going to play the new stuff coming out. So I'm like, damn, I like Destiny. I like that world. So I'm actually thinking about buying, because now I can just go buy the whole game for $69 on Xbox and get the whole game. Or I think it's $69.
And you get a code for 300 levels, so you don't.
So I'm just
grind.
I'm at this point. I'm just like, you know what? Man, some of my friends, and I don't think they're going back to it. They're going into the new games, and I'm like, damn, I actually want to play a lot of the DLC. I'll still play it on PS4, but I think I'm legit might just buy it on my Xbox One X. Oh, I pre-ordered the Fallout Xbox One X, by the way.
Oh shit! Before we go, NBA Live, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Okay, so what's the deal with that? Yeah, let me know the deal with that.
What's up? We gonna do that smooth or what? We gonna stream that on the PX court or what?
The thing is that this is taking place on PlayStation or Xbox, because
I got it live cheap on PlayStation, so I can get that $40 discount.
You got a 40. I got it for 35 on Xbox. It's like,
yeah, because you got 10% EA access.
And I got the freaking is that I got 10 hours poured into it. The thing is about on the PlayStation, I have to go, because if we try to run together, I have to build my character up. Even though you guys are going to be 7, so it doesn't matter at this point.
It'll be zeros.
I was going to say, Smooth, how about this? Because I know that I want to play with all of us, but I don't. My biggest fear is like that game is going to drop in price. Like it's going to drop in price quick, and I'm just like, man, if I can get this to 29, after I buy it for 49, like it's something I do want to play, but it's not something
you can get it for $40 right now on the PlayStation.
$39.99.
No, they had it for $59. They lowered it.
No, you got to go through NBA Live. Don't you watch Smooth's videos?
Like, come on,
you put your disc in.
I watch that.
I didn't have 18.
NBA Live 18. You go through NBA Live 18. You could get it for $40.
It's only $5.
Yeah, but I don't have. I never bought NBA Live 18.
Well, go get it from GameStop for like $5.
It's cheap.
And then buy it off the store, and then bring back Live 18 and get your money back.
Get his money
Like,
back.
That's what we do tomorrow. That's what we do tomorrow.
Yeah, 7 days return.
That's what we doing tomorrow.
That's how I got my demos. I said the guy's like, you got 2 free pre-orders. I was like, okay.
I need to make space on my PS4 Pro, so I'm gonna delete that trash Destiny to make room.
Oh.
Hey, you should have just played with me, man. Look, that game is all about having a friend, man. Just like Battlefield, man. I need friends in that to play, man. I can't play by myself.
I've been trying to grind through Oasis, like
you gotta have friends with Destiny and a lot of those Battlefield games.
You fight the same fucking enemies all.
It's not fun when you don't have friends.
It's
man.
a grind.
Yeah. I've been trying to play it. I played it with Addict, and I did something wrong, so I jumped into the Forsaken because I got the update, but I didn't upgrade any of my armor. So I'm going in this, and he's running me through. I'm shooting people, and it's just like immune.
Question marks above their head. Yeah.
Immune.
What? No.
And so I'm like, so I got to literally sit here and just watch you shoot everything until we get to the next cutscene.
That was like me in Borderlands 2. Like I missed it for a week. I came back and I was doing no damage to anybody, and everybody's like just rolling over people. I was hitting ones. I'm like, what the? This is boring shit.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to get on it. Hopefully, I'll stream some because I had a good turnout when I streamed, like just randomly streamed Destiny the other day. But yeah, that's what I'll be doing. My kids are in school, so I'll probably be like between like the hours of like between pretty much like 11 and like or pretty much 9:30 and 2:30. I'll probably either be streaming or doing videos or something, but. Being that this is the week Spider-Man comes out, I mean, I'll be doing that.
So I can't wait.
Spider-Man, bro.
Spider-Man in live. All right, but we gotta get out of here. It's late, dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Good talk. Good conversation.
Yeah, man. Good stuff, man.
Yep. Good stuff.
Hit that like button. Hit that like button.
Like button. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to Reddit Infamy. Thanks for tweeting the podcast out and joining us. Shout out to Chris Righteous, the Almighty God, Spartan God. I mean, Trizzy, Jess Cuz. Kaz,
Just Cause 3 comes out in December.
Just Cause 4. I mean, they got 4 of those games.
Hey, 3 and
4.
4.
Shit. 4. Frame rate.
Yeah. Winter Horizon. Everybody who came through. Thank you for surprisingly not hitting the dislike button. Even though I probably jinxed that. I mean, there's a couple, but a lot less than what I thought. But all right. So yeah, you guys have a good night. Oh shit.
Oh, please don't tell you when
we do have to cover
the
this.
Tomb Raider.
No, not.
Oh, thank God. I was like, please don't. Please don't
man, my dude, realgamer.net, man, real gamer, real gamer life.
Real gamer life.
I gotta. We do gotta cover this. Where my homie at? Where is he? I gotta go into my inbox. I keep almost forgetting about this. This is why I'm horrible. Optimus Code, aka damn, my browser's slow as shit. And I got a question for you guys, right? Optimus Code, aka realgamer.life. Check out his website. This is where he do videos. Since he doesn't do videos on YouTube, he has his own webpage where he posts his videos. He had a video some weeks back about asking what makes you like a real gamer. He discussed having friends that played, whether it be casual, but they played like put hours upon hours into games like The Sims. Like, for example, would you consider somebody like that plays Madden, right? Buy their Xbox or PlayStation, and they don't play nothing else, but they play just Madden, right? Or sports titles, or just 2K. Would you consider them like a real gamer or a hardcore gamer?
I would say that they're a gamer, but they're missing out on some opportunities if that's all they play. But I would say if they're putting, thousands of hours in a game, and that's what they love, because I know people that do that. Then I would say the definition of gamer, I guess they game, but they're just missing out. Like, they game, but they're just missing out. Like, I don't know if I can really say they're a real gamer, because like they don't. You gotta have diversity in your library.
So if they play like Call of Duty or anything hardcore, they don't play shit else, you wouldn't consider them a gamer. There's no right or wrong answer, by the way.
I mean, they're a gamer, but damn, like that, because like I said, I know people who play Madden, Call of Duty, and 2K, and that's it. And I'm just like, damn, dude, they don't know anything about God of War, no Spider-Man. They don't care about exclusive. They only care about their 3 games they get for a year. And so to me, I'm just like, they're not in the same. To me, I guess I would say they're a gamer, but when you're talking about like a hardcore gamer, nah, they're a gamer. They game, but they don't play like I do. Like, I play a little bit of everything, so they game. So I can't really say they're not a gamer.
I mean, it depends. I mean, if these guys are like putting thousands of the hours into COD or thousands of hours into Madden, it's kind of hard to say.
Those are hardcore gamers. It's the amount of time
they're hardcore. Look, they're hardcore to that franchise, but when it comes to like diversity, if their library is not diversified, like, because I think hardcore gamers to me is really identified as a person who you play a little bit of everything. You try a little bit of those indies. You don't down the RPGs, the JRPGs. You play a little bit of everything. You try a little bit of everything. That's what I think a hardcore person is to me. Like somebody who buys the obscure things that people wouldn't think to buy. Like, that's what I think.
Yeah, I think it's more of as if people play a lot, like if you like investing all the time as like in one game, like if you're in front of that console or PC playing a game for a long time, you're a hardcore gamer. If you're investing a majority of your time in the day to play those games. Now, whether you're a hardcore gamer that has like a huge variety of games and wants to play everything and invests tons of money in it, that's like that's hardcore as well. But I think that if you invest a lot of time into it, I do think that that's a hardcore gamer. And a casual gamer is somebody who maybe would get a game that play Madden, but they won't play it as intensely. Like they're not, they may play a season and, just play it kind of casually over the weekend or something like that. But if somebody's playing it day in and day out and they're in front of that thing for like, 4 or 5 hours a night, Monday through Friday, weekends.
Yeah,
That's a hardcore gamer, man. Even though it's just Madden. But my brother gets Madden and he'll play it, but we'll play a couple games online. He might do a season. He's casual. He'll get a hockey and Madden. And he's good. Like he'll play it as a hobby, as like a maybe an hour or two, maybe a week.
Right.
That's he's not hardcore. Me, I'm playing every game that comes out when it comes out, and I'm on it every night 4 or 5 hours, like whenever I can. So that's totally different. Casual and hardcore, I would classify. But it doesn't matter what you play. I think that's the other thing too. People go like, if you just play shooters, you're hardcore. If you just play puzzle games, you're not hardcore. Like, nah, man.
I think
it doesn't really matter.
Some people you can classify. I don't know if you could say they're hardcore or if they're just I'm a hardcore Madden player, or I'm a hardcore Sims player, or I'm a hardcore Fortnite player. That's all you do. It depends, because I've had mixed reactions to stuff like this, because I was like, when people used to call me, "Oh, you're a casual." I'm like, well, I mean, I feel like I play games too much. I don't feel like I casually play games, So I was like, I don't see myself as a casual.
No, you're not casual.
Yeah. So the thing is, it's like, man, like I can throw a bunch of hours into NBA Live and stuff like that, but it's all diverse. So I would consider myself a gamer and whatnot, but it's hard to classify somebody that all their time goes into one game, because I don't want to deny them like with the gamer title or even hardcore gamer title, because they'll have triple the hours I have in one game that I have in like a couple games combined. You know what I mean? So it's tough, but I wouldn't leave them out of the conversation. But they're in the mix. They're in the conversation. There's just not, and so in most cases, all the conversations when it comes to other titles and whatnot, but they're in the gamer conversation. They are considered gamer, and you can technically, I would consider some of them hardcore gamers. Like my girl, she does The Sims. That's what she does. Every day, if I'm on the game or even at the Xbox dashboard or PlayStation dashboard, she's on The Sims doing something.
Yeah, she's hardcore.
But I don't. Yeah, but the thing is that it's weird, because I personally don't look at Sims as a video game like that.
That's a big franchise.
What did you play now?
She plays it on the PC.
That's a big franchise.
It is. Shit, the expansion packs are like the cost of a full freaking game, just about.
I mean, that's like me telling the World of Warcraft player, because they, I know people who back in the day, man, like Mountain Dew, Doritos, World of Warcraft all weekend long. I'm like, dude, you are hardcore. Like, because I couldn't do that. I just like, I like diversity. I like to try a little bit of everything. So I just couldn't. There's just certain things I can't get into, but I can't knock anybody for what they want to play.
Yeah, but I think Ravenford said it's like time and investment equals what type of gamer you are. Like, it's time and investment. That's totally. That's what it is. Like, if you're on it all the time and you're investing a lot of money, you're a hobbyist on it. Like, there's somebody to be like, hey, I like to make model airplanes. Do you just want to do some casual thing and just put it together, or do you actually take it, you paint it,
exactly.
There's different levels of it, but I think the biggest thing is I have you say I get angry with things and stuff like that. I'm passionate because I have a big investment in this stuff, and I really take it to heart.
And all of it.
And other people be like, what the hell's wrong with you? You're crazy. Like, this is I invested money in it. I have a belief. This is what I thought the product was going to be, and it's changed. So, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But the thing is that when you have investment, you have a hobbyist, you have a passion for it. And, anybody could be, I just think the thing is that I don't think that just because you have an investment, you might be more knowledgeable of it, but I don't think you should say that you're privileged over a casual. Like, I'm better than you because you are a casual, but I'm hardcore. So therefore I'm more important than you are. And I think that's the biggest problem I have when people use the connotations of hardcore versus casual. Yeah. You might be more experienced and know stuff. You'll be more passionate about it, but you shouldn't think that you're better than somebody that just casually plays games. They just might not feel the same way as you, but still it's like, it's really time and investment, but you shouldn't think that, you're privileged more so than a casual because somebody just turns on a console for a couple hours a week over you playing all the time.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like, you
I
know,
agree
it
with
is what it is. It's time and investment. That's where I feel. But everybody can play, like, you know, Panda Pop. I know freaking Panda Pop's like level 300. My wife is at like 5. I'm like, she's on that thing all the time. She plays more than I do. I get mad. I'm like, you're playing games, and I can't go downstairs and play. Like, you know, it's one of those things. It's like,
Yeah, she's hardcore into it.
Candy Crush, like mother Candy Crush and Words with Friends and shit. Like, yo, man, this game's everywhere, and people get addicted. It's crazy. So, like, people could be hardcore dedicated to that kind of stuff. So, you know, it is tough. It's really hard to differentiate it, and you know, it's why, you know, it's a challenge that Microsoft's gonna have, like with the whole reaching to all these types of gamers, because there's so many different ways, so many different types of games. It's hard to make one game that's gonna do that. So you got to have variety, like Frog said. You know, any types of games, little ones, big ones, open worlds, corridor shooters, puzzles, all that stuff.
But shout out to
I hear you, Ravenflow. That's right. You're right. Knowledge tends to come with condensation. I know. Yeah. You feel like you're more knowledgeable and do that, but it runs around a lot. Yeah, same thing with movies and comic books. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Same with music.
Music.
Yeah, music.
Yeah. It happens. It happens in everything. But it's just, you know, it's definitely time and investment and passion for something. Yeah. It's with everything. Cars, cameras, phones, everything.
4K horse nuts.
4K horse nuts. Yeah, like Digital Foundry. Like, you know, when Digital Foundry talks in all their videos, they like kind of talk down to like, yes, all these technical things, and it's just like, yeah, whatever you say, guys.
Yeah, but you can tell those guys really do love games.
They
like
do.
They love the aspect of
they
games.
love the
and
technology of it.
They love the tech, and they see it as an art, like I do. I see gaming as an art, but you know, a lot of people wouldn't classify it.
Full blown entertainment. It replaced a lot of my entertainment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'd rather play video games and watch a lot of movies unless it's something I really, really want to watch.
But shout out to Optimus Code, aka RealGamer.life, for the topic suggestion on the Real Game. He called it the Real Gamer Protocol. That's what it was. But
nice.
But thanks for that. But we'll see you guys next Wednesday. Maybe. We'll see you guys depending on, we'll give our thoughts on Spider-Man, NBA Live, and at that time I think we'll be getting our hands on Tomb Raider. No, we'll still be a couple days away from Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider's the 10th, right? 10th, 12th.
Whoa, that game does come out this month.
Yeah, you have to get.
I forgot.
It's the 14th for regular release, and if you get like the $90 version or the $80 version or something like that, you get it like on the 11th.
Couple days early. Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit back and I'll watch you stream it or whatever, because I forgot that game totally was coming out. I really did. I just beat the second one.
Tomb Raider, we said it was gonna come like 4 days after Spider-Man. Like,
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot all about it though. Yeah, I'm like, when's the embargo?
The embargo should probably be sometime later. Like,
better be tomorrow.
It's probably Tuesday, dude. It's probably
okay.
Ooh. I hope it comes before the
better
game.
not be Friday or this weekend or something like that, because there's gonna be all Spider-Man stuff going on. So they got to get past that.
Yeah, I agree.
But thank you guys for tuning into the show. You guys got anything else you guys want to say before I hit that sign out button?
Nah, man. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming out, man. Hit that like button.
Yeah, thanks. Follow me over on Jez7780. Grinds my gears. Do my show, rant all the time.
Yeah. Frog's Dope Gaming. My Sorry Not Sorry podcast. I moved it to this Friday for the whole reason. Yeah. Well, I'm buying my a friend of mine a console. I kind of want to do a video on this. Just tell the history of this friend with me in the military and why I'm buying a console. Yeah. So that's why I'm doing it. It's gonna be a short Sorry Not Sorry, but yeah, that's it.
All right. And when we doing this live shit?
Well, I get back on Sunday night. I don't know if you want to do it Monday.
If you get back on Sunday,
I get back on like Sunday night.
I go to work Monday to night. We're probably gonna have to push it to like next Thursday.
All right.
It has to be a day that I'm not where I don't have to be at work. But cool. All right. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Xbox is the best box, and I am the best bot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. We out of here. Peace.
Yeah.